Good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope you guys are doing fantastic tonight. I am excited. This is a pretty special stream for me. It's the first co-stream that I have done in a hot minute. I am co-streaming right now with Gamin4Hope, a buddy of mine, and a really cool dude. Awesome streamer, awesome fella, awesome husband. And we're going to be playing some 7 Days to Die in a little bit, but also we are going to be just talking about life and faith and family and things like that. So I'm excited. Hey, Mrs. Crimson, how are you, wifey? Thanks for stopping in here. So I'm going to go ahead and pray to start our stream off in just a second here before I jump over there and talk to him. But we got some cool things planned. It's going to be really exciting. I'm going to be talking about my faith journey and life journey a little bit, and also going to be talking about some just whatever else comes up. And we're going to be doing some pretty interesting stuff playing 7 Days to Die. We're going to be doing like a big world with Horde, I think, every night. With 30-minute days, and XP multipliers and stuff like that. So it's going to be pretty interesting. I'm excited. It's going to be a lot of fun. So without further ado, though, I'm going to go ahead and pray, and then we will jump into the stream and get right over there and have some fun. So let's do it. Heavenly Father, we thank you today for your word. We thank you for your love. We thank you for your goodness. We thank you for who you are and what you do. Lord, I thank you for this time that we could get together with Gamin4Hope, Lord, and that we could just have a good time, have some laughs, have some fun, talk about you, talk about faith, and just really enjoy a brother in Christ's time, Lord. And I just pray that you'd be lifted up and glorified tonight, Lord, by what we say and do and what we talk about. And I pray that this could maybe be an encouragement for somebody, or that this would be a seed planted to draw someone to you, Lord, that someone would realize their need for a Savior, that they would turn from their sin and turn to Jesus, or that the seed would at least be planted, Lord, where they would start seeking you and maybe find themselves in a church or asking a Christian that they know some questions, Lord, and being drawn into you. So God, I just pray that you'd use this time, that you be glorified, and that everything that we do here would lift up your name. And Lord, it's in your precious and holy name that I pray and ask these things. Amen. 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 Hey, wifey.
Hey.
How you doing? There's the wife. She made me 3 chicken tacos just before stream that were great. Phenomenal. Great. Phenomenal. No, they were phenomenal. Like, beyond just great. What's that? I'll go for it. Is my bag by the door? Yeah, can I just have my tablet out of it? Okay, thanks. Sorry, I realized I left something in my bag that I kind of need for the stream tonight. So, it's all well and good. We haven't got anything to worry about, don't worry, chat. We're going to be fine, it doesn't matter. But yeah, so, in just a second, I am going to be switching over to here to where we'll look at things with Mr. Gamin4Hope. Swing this off here. Okay. Turn that down. Alright. Just gotta set up all of my extra things. So like right now, when I do these co-streams, you guys are gonna be seeing him in a minute. And we're sharing our video through Discord, and so I'm having to do some magic tricks so that you guys can still see my video, because Discord and OBS don't like to share a camera directly, so we're having to play some special little games here to get all this to work the way we want it to. But it's fine. Whoops, not what I wanted. That was the wrong button. That was the wrong button entirely. So it's all good. We good, fam. No problems. No problems. We're good. Let me pull this up here. Bam. Got it. Okay, cool. Alright. Well, in just about a minute, I'm going to switch to this other scene here. And I think if I do it now, what's going to happen? What happens if I go over here? Okay. Alright, we'll give it another second here because we said at 10 after we'd switch over and start talking to each other. So, but yeah, I'm excited. If you guys aren't already following Mr. Gamin4Hope, I'm going to throw his link in the chat right here. as I probably get it wrong. There, and then you guys can go drop him a follow. He also streams on YouTube, or yeah, he does stream on YouTube and other things as well. So let me see here. Can you hear me, sir? Hello. Okay, he just changed scenes. Let me go over here now. Hello. I do not hear him. Am I still? I'm still all the things. Unmute. And
Unmute. That's right. You better unmute.
there we go. Yeah, there we go. Okay, now I hear you. I don't know why that didn't work before. It should have worked, but it
Because
didn't.
that would make it too easy.
It would.
It would. It
Way
would
too
make it
easy.
way too easy.
We don't like easy things. We like stuff to be difficult.
No, certainly not. Certainly not.
Yes, certainly not.
I had one tweak that I did not make on my stuff here. So
How dare you?
I know. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
I want to make sure it wasn't where you had there. Okay, cool.
I'm thinking about forgiving you. It's gonna be fine.
Well, all right. Okay, so
Well, all
for
right.
those of you who don't know, this is 00 Josh. He and I have actually known each other for a long time. I've known him since before he was 00 Josh. And when he was still Crimson Conqueror.
Back in the day.
Back when dinosaurs still roamed the earth.
Correct. It was a while ago.
It was a long time ago. And we've gamed together. We talked a little bit off stream, on stream, in content, out of content. That's I would say we've maintained a surface level friendship, but a friendship nonetheless.
Surface level. Wow.
Surface level.
Way to
We're
don't compliment me that much, dude.
Oh.
Surface level.
It is a surface level.
I'm gonna cry after this stream's over. That's just great. Good
We're off to a
night.
good start, guys. We're off to a good start.
Yes.
So,
I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited too. Honestly, I'm pretty pumped. So, all right, guys. So basically, like I told you a little bit, and I'll kind of reiterate everything for your community as well, both on Twitch and YouTube. I forgot you were doing the multi-streaming thing. We love to see that.
Super fun.
So, basically, the whole principle for tonight. Do we have the same shaker? We have a similar shaker.
This is mixed energy, so I doubt it.
Okay, well that's fine, but it's the same color scheme.
Oh, it is, isn't it?
Yes. We didn't plan this.
So
guys. We barely planned our stream, okay? Like we definitely didn't plan the color.
I know, right? But let me ask you this: Is yours like an oval too?
Is it? I'm afraid that if I point it at the camera, I'll dump it. 'Cause I put a lot in it.
Just keep the.
Yeah, it's an oval, but it's very blurry right now.
Okay, so like for me, if I try to drink it the way you just did, this feels oppressive to me. This is just like strange. Oppressive. So I turn it sideways, but then I feel like a baby sucking on a sippy cup. Where I'm just like, I can't find a good way to do it.
Bad, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, that's how he sees this.
Of course, yes. Everything is from a child's point of view.
Oh yes. Okay, guys. So yeah, like I said, he's gonna share his testimony. And oh, look at that. Say hello.
She said she's got a magic trick for me. I don't know what she's doing.
She's got a magic.
What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What? No, we don't just. No. It has a lid for a reason.
It has a lid for a reason. So
She's just like
our kids.
I'm a grown man with a sippy cup and I'm sticking to it. Sorry, I keep interrupting your explanation of what we're doing.
You're fine. You're good. So yeah, the idea is, guys, he'll share his testimony, and then, like I told you guys, and we talked about two of the aspects of the 7 days world, Josh, but I threw in one more wrench.
Oh, you did?
I did, yeah, as if we needed anything more with 30-minute days and every horde every night. We needed more. So I boosted the XP so that the zombies become harder, quicker.
Oh, good. See, I thought all that did was benefit us, but thanks.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't benefit us, no.
Good. So we're going to die the first night is what you're saying.
Oh, yeah, 100%. We'll die a few times. We're dead in the bedrooms. But yeah, so...
Great. Thank you, Timmy, for that lurk. Shoot.
Obviously, we'll do other stuff after that as well, but... yeah, so that's kind of the plan as it sits at the moment. But throughout the testimony, guys, if you have questions and you ask them in my chat or his, let's kind of hold off on the questions being answered until towards the end. But if you want to write them down, Josh, so that we can ask or answer them, because I think those are good things.
I can't see your chat, mate, so you'll have to do something like that for me.
No, don't you worry. I've got a notepad at the ready.
Good for you.
Always asking me weird questions that I don't.
Should probably have something open for myself.
My head, and I'm like,
boom.
I don't know. Don't ask me this.
I'll get to you later, man. I have no idea.
Right, for real. So, but yeah, that's the plan at this point. So, Josh, whenever you're ready, man, take the virtual stage.
All right. Ta-da. I don't know. So what you want me to just rip into back when I was born, or like
however you want to start it, man. You can start it. You can literally just follow the notes.
Well, I should probably pull those up, but I don't have them. So I was born very young, so I don't remember a whole lot of what went on.
You were born very young.
It was. It took you a second, but we got there.
It was that's what the plane line, bro. Yeah, it was a very slow landing.
It was. So, I mean, I always try to tell my life story short because nobody likes a 45-minute life story. So, I was privileged to be born into a Christian home. My parents were already saved and believers and pretty faithful in church by the time I was born. And at the age of 4 years old, I accepted Christ because we were homeschooled, and back then on VHS tape. VHS.
VHS.
Yes. And VHS tape, well, and this was in the 90s, but I think the videos were recorded in like the 80s because as I think back on the fashions that I saw, even for the 90s, it was sketchy. So, but like our Bible time was always on video, and we would watch that part. And I remember that it was the teacher was talking about Nicodemus coming to Jesus in John chapter 3, and Jesus talking about being born again. And of course, in that talk, he covered John 3:16. And so somewhere in that, at 4 years old, I realized my need for a savior. And so I remember my mom leading me to Christ there. And then I continued, obviously, to grow up in a Christian home and have those privileges. But I would say for really my entire childhood, my teenage years and everything, I wasn't like against God or anything like that. I was saved, I was a believer, and I went to church regularly and all of that stuff, but I was never like really deep into developing my faith and walking with God intentionally. It just kind of cruised in it, I guess.
Right.
So that's kind of how that went down. And then when I was 17, my older brother and I, he was a year older than me, we started traveling around, mostly in Michigan and a couple other states, and we would go to different churches and we would sing and play gospel music. I would do stand-up comedy and ventriloquism, which is the weirdest little Christian sideshow you ever saw. It was just, it was bizarre. But we did it, and it was fun. We enjoyed it. And then when I was 18, I went to college, met my wife there. There's a much longer version of how we met, but met her there. We got married. After we got married, she joined us on the road. Then my brother got married, and his wife joined us. So we went from two brothers to two brothers and their wives, traveling and everything. We did that for 8.5 years. In 2016, in 2016, just kind of felt God. I felt some extreme dissatisfaction with all of that stuff. And I had always been interested in youth work and youth ministry in some way, and kind of felt God leading us to make a move and change and jump out of that. So we did. We came off the road in 2016, joined a church, and early in 2017, we had our first daughter. And an opening at the church that we were in, an opening came up for youth ministry. The current youth guy left. There was a gap, and I was able to step in, which was kind of interesting because even all the way up to that point, I still was not very deep in my own personal faith walk and relationship with Christ. It was better than it was when I was a teen, but it wasn't great. Sure. So I look back on it and I think, like, if they knew, they shouldn't have put me in that spot, but they did. But it was unique for me in the sense that when I got in there, that did start challenging my growth and my faith and my walk with Christ, because now I went from, being in the typical spot of where you either do or don't neglect your own walk to I had to start preparing things for these teenagers and doing that stuff. And that was a catalyst that started propelling me to actually study God's word and do more with it and develop my relationship with him more intentionally. So that was actually a big growth point for me, getting in there and doing that. Which I'm thankful for. Like I said, I'm thankful that they didn't keep me out of there. So that all went down. We were there I was the youth pastor there for 3 years, I think. Fast forward into 2020, it was a small church, and they run less than 100 typically. If it's over 100, it's like Easter. So it's
Right, gotcha.
yeah, it's a pretty average size small church. And through no fault of their own or anything, just by the sheer size that it was, they couldn't afford to take me on vocationally. But I was starting to desire that and feel a calling for that. My secular jobs, I had never been satisfied or fulfilled in, and I have worked many of them, many different jobs, and none of them. Oh yeah, like you know what it's like to be in a spot where you're just like, it pays the bills, but this ain't it.
Yeah, I feel like this is very satisfying or fulfilling. Yeah, I got you.
Right. And I kept feeling this pull and this call, and don't misunderstand what I'm saying when I say this. For me personally, I felt that, like, as far as what I was put here to do, that in these jobs that I was working, that I was wasting my time. Not to say that everybody who works a secular job and is a Jesus lover is wasting their time if they're not a full-time pastor. That's not what I'm saying at all.
No, absolutely. Right.
I just felt that for me personally, what God built me for, I was like, this is not what I'm not here to do this. I'm here to do the one thing that I like that happens on Sundays, and then in between I'm stuck doing something else. So because the church wasn't large enough to take me on as a staff position, I was like, all right, well, if I feel like I'm called to this and made for this, I got to start looking somewhere else, just out of necessity. I have to go someplace else.
Sure.
And then COVID hit and everything got crazy.
Dude,
but
that's an understatement. But yeah.
Yeah. For us though, for everything that we had going on, it kind of worked out though, because
Sure.
what it ended up doing is, and I put this in the notes for you, David, but I haven't really said it so far. So like the environment that I grew up, the Christian environment that I and my wife both were raised in, was what many would refer to as legalistic. Not in the sense of like, well, you have to trust Jesus and go to church so many times in order to go to heaven. Not in that way, but in the sense where like massive focus on extra biblical rules, far less of a focus on that walk with Jesus.
Right.
Which is,
on that for a quick second.
Yeah, go for it.
I want to define a term there. So for those of you that aren't believers, right? If you're an unbeliever here that's listening to this, you're gonna go, what the heck, legalism? What am I listening to?
Yeah.
So what that means in the Christian world, in the context of what Josh was kind of sharing here, when he said the phrase extra biblical, it's exactly what it sounds like. It's something that isn't actually in Scripture, that they've taken and said, yes, this is Scripture, though. We're going to treat it like it's there somewhere. A great example I can think of, and I don't know if this is the case specifically with Josh, but I can say as a good example to clarify this a little bit further, is an extra biblical thing that happened in a church that I went to, was men couldn't have long hair. That was a really big thing for them. And I think that's a fairly common one in a lot of legalistic churches. And their basis for that, there is a verse in Scripture that talks about the length of it, like having. It's way out of context. I'm not even gonna bother. It's way out of context. But the point is, it's super, super, super extra biblical. And all that means is that it's basically they took things that weren't actually in Scripture and said, yeah, but these things that we believe and hold true, these values, even though they aren't in Scripture, we're gonna treat them like they are. And then that's more or less legalism 101.
Yes.
If you think that's a fair way to put that?
Yeah. It's taking things that either aren't in Scripture or are, like you said, talking about something being out of context. So like they find a verse to support what they think, but that verse either isn't talking about that, or it is, but there's a lot of qualifiers that go with it. Like they make it say what they want it to say so that they can keep up with traditions. And in the realm that I grew up in, and what a lot of these so-called quote-unquote legalistic circles are, is they hold on to the model of Christianity from like the 1950s, where everybody wore suits to a football game, and they think that that's the way the world should still be, basically.
Right.
So I say that that's the world that I kind of grew up in. I wouldn't, to be fair, I would not 100% say that my parents perfectly fit the same exact mold that we grew up in. So we grew up, in certain churches, under certain preaching, in certain circles. There were things that my parents would kind of behind the scenes be like, yeah, we don't do that. Right. There are people, pretty much every church I grew up in, I grew up in several, almost everybody thought that Halloween was evil. And people still do today.
There's still a thing.
Yeah. But we went trick or treating. There would be a few people who'd say, "Oh, Christmas is bad." We're like, we're still opening presents, So
we're still doing this. Sorry.
Yeah. There would be people who would say Christian music should not have any drums in the sound at all, and we would listen to
only piano and organs.
Exactly, strings are allowed. Strings are
right. Orchestral.
Yes, exactly. Woodwinds, strings, all of that's fine. Yeah. Don't you dare throw a drum or
hardcore flute player up there.
That was kind of the general thing. But like we listened to Southern gospel groups who, if you don't know what Southern gospel is, think of like country music from the '60s. And throw Jesus words in it. That's what it is. So in fairness to them, I think that they weren't 100% in that same realm, but and I don't really. It's not like I look back and I fault them or have any bitterness for how I was raised or anything. Sure. It's just that we grew up in that environment, and in 2020 when I started looking for a place to be a vocational youth pastor. I had been afraid to question a lot of those things, or to look at them for a very long time, because a lot of it was just the same talking points repeated over and over again. Well, we only use this translation because all the other ones are bad. And if you use them, you're a false teacher and you're probably not even saved. Yeah, a lot of stuff like that. So it was one of those things that was kind of scary to look at when you grow up in that realm. It's scary to
out those boundaries.
Yeah, because then you start questioning, like, well, if I'm not within the bounds of these rules, if I'm rebellious enough to question these things, maybe I'm not even saved, so I don't dare question them. Which is a backwards way of thinking when you think about it. It's like, hey, shouldn't I like be more concerned with actually being
your own faith? If you can't question your own faith and come up with the answers, especially as a Christian within the Scripture, I don't know if your faith is your own. You have to be able to. Right. You have to be able to question it healthily, right? You need to do it in a way that's healthy, where you answer the questions. Don't just question it and then go, "Nah, we won't answer those questions." That's what we have right now. We see that happening right now in Christianity,
yes,
especially the deconstruction of the faith. That's a very popular thing right now.
Right.
But they never reconstruct it. It's all just pulled apart and pulling it down, and then they never bother to answer the questions they're asking. So,
right.
I think it's healthy. Yeah. Just to be clear, what you're doing, not what they're doing.
Right. No, yeah, that's a very important distinction, because what I grew up in, it was always painted that if you question, the word deconstruction wasn't a thing when I grew up, but
right.
That was the mindset, is that if you question, then you're not a real believer. You're throwing everything away, and you're wrong. Like, if you question it, you're wrong. If you question this guy, you're wrong.
Right.
And so it's just this mindset that you just don't do that. But I kind of came to this point where I was just like, I feel like I have to do that. And the thing that really kicked it off for my wife and I was we started looking at, like, okay, this whole we only use this one translation thing, which when I first started streaming, I forgot to mention that I started streaming in 2017, I think it was, on Twitch. Oh, I started before you? Really?
Yeah, my first piece of content ever, January 20th of 2018.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so you've been in the game longer.
Yeah, but you've done a lot better at it than I have.
Better is relative, I guess.
You've done better. Anyway.
Stop, you're making me blush.
No, that's just the saturation level in your camera. If you dial that back a little bit, you'll be fine. No, I'm kidding. No, so what was I even saying? I was saying that if anybody does remember me from those Crimson Conqueror days, you would have only seen one translation, and I think I was never like really in your face about it, but a couple of times if it came up, I would say, "Oh, I only use this one," and that's what it was, and it kind of limited my. Oh, yes,
I
indeed.
get it. We've all been there. It's
'Cause
certainly not me mocking you. I get it.
I'm right and you're wrong is what it was.
Yeah, I get you.
But that was the thing that I had to start looking at, because we were raised that this is the only right one and you have to stand on it. And I got tired of hearing the same talking points on it over and over again. And I originally started looking at that topic as a, like, all right, sorry, OBS just dropped some frames randomly. And I was like, I started looking at it as like, okay, if this is right, then I need to know completely from my own that it's right. If it is not right, I dare not stand on it any longer. So I started looking at that, and I initially set out to try and prove my original view right. But the more that I looked at it, the more I was like, what? No. And that was a major moving point for me and for my wife.
Versions and stuff, sure.
Yeah.
Versions, however that's phrased now.
Yeah, and one of the things actually that started me moving in that direction too was the whole content creation thing, because and I know this has been something that's been big for you lately, David, and it's been a little bit more in my heart lately too, is the whole idea of unity with Christians. So in the realm that I was living in, like, if somebody didn't believe exactly like you, then they were wrong and you shouldn't really hang with them. But the thing that I kept seeing in Christian content creation was that you would have all these guys who were from slightly different faith walks in Christianity, whether they were Presbyterian or Baptist or non-denominational or whatever, it had some variances, and they didn't pretend like those variances didn't exist, but they didn't hate each other for them either. Right. They would use different translations, and they would get together for Bible studies and do, pastoral streams together and stuff. And I would look at them and all the unity that they would enjoy, even in the midst of the tension of the differences. And then I'd look at myself, who sat over here by myself with my one translation, saying, I can't do a stream with them because they don't use the right translation. And I'd be like, there's no way that I'm the one who's got it right and they don't. That's just statistically, that can't be. It just can't. Sure. So I think God used that to push us into it too. So I started looking at that, studying it out, and started moving away from a lot of these things. And in summer of 2020, gave my church the official. We didn't make it about change. I got some counsel from my brother about, like, don't make your leaving about, like, well, here's all the things we're changing and why we disagree with you. Make your leaving about, like, hey, I feel being called to vocational ministry, and obviously I can't do it here, which is still 100% true. Right. And so that's what it was. We didn't leave on bad terms or anything like that. And it never came up that we were making any of these changes. It was just, I got to follow God's calling in this direction, and here I go. Hope for the best for you guys. And it was a tough time for me, especially, and my wife, when we left, because, in my perfect version of this, I would have stepped out of that church, and then no more than a month later would have been hired by someplace else and been shot right into the middle of what I wanted to do. It didn't work like that. I put out applications, did a lot of research, made a lot of calls, I had to change my secular job too, because my secular job fell apart through layoffs and stuff because of COVID, and I had to get a new one. And and I went from one job that I didn't like to a job that I really did not like, but I had to do it.
Right, you got to provide. I get it. I understand how that can go.
Oh yeah, exactly. And so I'm working this job that I don't like, and it was a significant step down in pay as well, which, like, we were surviving, but it was like no cheese puffs for groceries this week,
I relate to that a little too much.
Yes, we've all been there. And so I'm working this job that's a step down financially, and it's just as far as a job in general, I did not like it. It had its good days, but for the most part, it was just a field that I couldn't stand. I went 7 months of searching for churches. Got discouraged and at one point just quit looking for like a month and a half, just because I got tired of hearing no. Looking for all these things, and in the middle of that, my wife expects our second baby, and I'm like,
oh
yeah, and I'm like, I'm thrilled that we're having another child. This is wonderful, but now is not great timing.
But you know how that happens, right? I'm just making sure we're on the same page.
I'm
Not throwing
aware.
the deep well here, but I'm just okay. Carry
Yep.
on.
Yep.
You
Yep.
have to give me some crap on that. That's all.
When a mommy and no.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, yeah.
So all this stuff's going on, and I can remember there was one time where I was taking the garbage out one night after I had already gotten home, very late. Hey, alternate, thanks for stopping in, my man. Welcome. I had gotten home late from this job, very late, long day of work, and I'm taking the garbage out because it's got to go out early the next morning. And I just like stood at the end of my driveway, like trying not to break down and cry. And I'm going, God, just help me be faithful. Like in the places that I'm in, we were in a transitional church, like an in-between place. We didn't have intentions of staying or working there, but you know, we had a place to go. And I was helping out with the youth there in a small capacity, but it wasn't what I was looking for. And I'm in this job, and we have the financial issues, and I'm like, just help me be faithful where I'm at. The group that I'm ministering with, help me be faithful there and to not look at it like this thing that doesn't matter, because it does. Help me to work this job faithfully, to be faithful in my relationship with you, all of that. And in all of this time, the one thing that did flourish and grow a lot was building that relationship and that faith with Christ in the middle of all this stuff, because I got up like an extra hour early before work every day. Not trying to toot a horn here or anything, but just because
This is what you knew what you needed.
Yeah, I knew I needed it. I knew that if I'm looking to be full-time at a place that, you know, like I really have to keep this going. I can't just let my relationship with Christ die while I'm looking for a place to serve him. That makes no sense.
Right.
So I think it was January of 2021, I started looking again, started putting the day that I was like, all right, I've taken some time off from putting out applications. I'm going to go ahead and put something out there. I'm going to look again. There was a website that I was using to look for places. Found this one, almost didn't even put an app into it, but my wife was like, just do it and see what happens. And I was like, they're just going to say no.
Right.
Because they wanted some qualifications that I technically didn't have, some educational things. I was like, they're just going to say no. She's like, just do it. So I did. And alternate kids, thanks for that follow. Appreciate it. They, long story short, they called me. We set up an interview. I talked to the worship pastor over the phone on a Sunday afternoon. He was like, okay, sounds good. I'll let our senior pastor know and have him call you. And it was like 10 minutes later, he texted me. He's like, hey, he wants to call you now. I was like, that's not a bad sign.
So, yeah, that's not a bad thing. Yeah.
So talked to him. We went and visited a couple times. My wife is getting more and more pregnant every day.
Right. That time clock doesn't stop.
Yeah, it keeps them moving. Oh, yeah. So like, we went and visited, and basically after visiting the church and looking at everything, we were at the point where we were like, yeah, I think this could be it. And the next step in the process was going to be for me to come back down and preach and officially candidate there. And so we were talking to the pastor, and he was like, well, why don't you guys go home, pray about it. We'll take a few weeks, pray about it, see what God's will is on this, and then we'll look at bringing you back to candidate if we feel like that's what we want to do. And my wife and I are kind of looking at each other, and I'm just like, I don't mean to sound forward or impatient here, but we have already, from the time we've started looking, been bathing this whole process in prayer, and just, you know, like we've done nothing but pray about this process and about this church. And to be perfectly honest with you, we want to do this. So can we maybe not wait a month to come back? Because she's... so...
That visual was priceless. I love that.
I mean, does this help you at all? Just... I'm like, it's gonna happen. But he was super gracious. He immediately pulled out his phone, started looking at his calendar. He's like, no, I get it, yeah. And so we came back. I think it was like not even 2 weeks later. Candidated, got the official offer, all that stuff. And so then at that point, I had to stop streaming because I was like, we're getting ready to move. We're gonna be in a new state.
A lot of stuff going on.
Oh, yeah. Oh, so much stuff. New state, new baby coming, new job, new church, new everything. Like, I was like, I might come back. I don't know when, but I got a lot happening. So I took some time off from that. We moved, and 2 weeks later, my wife gave birth. So, what a champ she was for packing up a house when she was 8 and 9 months pregnant and moving from Michigan to Indiana. And like, man, it was a wild ride. And fast forward a year, we've been serving here for a year. I started streaming again a couple of months ago, 3-4 months ago now, just because I felt like things had settled down enough to do it. But yeah, God's been good, and all this stuff that he had to work and maneuver to get us here. You know, initially I was like, well, why can't I just get a church now? It's like, okay, but the youth pastor who was here had to be called into something else, and the place he had to be called into had to be prepared for something else. And there's a lot of moving chess pieces that, I mean, God has a lot of things working behind the scenes more than just what I want him to do. So, but it's been cool. There've been challenges and ups and downs and things here, but I do not regret one tiny bit about where God has put us and what he's got us doing, and the things that he's got me doing with my life now and all this stuff. So I mean, it's been a long, crazy ride, but it's been a blessed one, and I'm thankful for God and his guidance, his love, his forgiveness, and his mercy, and just everything that he is and everything that he does from the way back at the beginning all the way up to now, and everything that I know is coming down the pike eventually. I'm thankful for him and excited to see what he's got next. So that's, believe it or not, that's a short version of my story.
Yeah, I totally get that. Well, you're also a pastor by vocation. So
yeah.
You are going to go a little long-winded just to make sure. Exactly.
Yes.
And in closing, Mom, what does that mean? Nothing, dear. Absolutely nothing.
It's irrelevant. It's just something people say.
Totally irrelevant. You may as well ignore everything you just said. Okay, so I actually really love. Thank you, by the way, for sharing. I don't want to breeze past that, because I know that sometimes when I've been talking to people about this, I've reached out to several creators, large handfuls of them, just like that I've been in relationship with, had friendships with, and hit or miss throughout the years because that's how it goes. But like, I've been like, hey, we at this time in the world, we absolutely need to be unity. We need to.
Yeah.
Prioritize Christ always. Right behind that, love the Lord your God with all your soul, mind, body, and strength, etc.
Mm-hmm.
And then right behind that, love your neighbor as yourself. If we can't love our Christian neighbors like ourselves, why would we bother with the rest of the world? So
right.
I'm like, you start with the people that'll forgive you when you screw up.
People who are supposed to.
Right. That's the idea, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, that's why my passion's been with this. So I really appreciate you sharing it. I really appreciate you being the first person to break this ice. And I didn't have any questions from my chat. Did you have questions from yours? I have several from me, but okay,
no.
I was just making sure that I'm cool. There was one thing right at the very beginning that I actually remember when I was reading through your notes, I was like, this is awesome, because I think this will provide a really great question and answer. You mentioned you were saved at the age of 4, right?
Yeah.
You found Christ. That was what? There are groups of Christianity that would say there's no way. You were 4. You couldn't have understood.
Right.
So I am not arguing that, FYI. I am actually much more on the page of my thought process is at any time, and in fact there's scripture that says I'm trying to remember, it's in the Gospels repeatedly. It's an account where Jesus is out, I believe, preaching, teaching, doing miracles as he does, and then the kids are being brought to him. There are kids being literally brought to him, and the disciples, I believe, were the ones to start rebuking them, like, "Hey, no, don't bother Jesus with the kids."
Right.
And he goes, "Whoa, right?
Yeah.
The king, is it the kingdom of heaven? It belongs to such as these." Isn't that the phrase? That might be a bit of a paraphrase, but
it's the Message version.
But yeah, exactly. It's the New Living Message translation. But the I guess that's my stance. It's like, if he was willing, while he was walking here physically in person on the earth, to talk to children, and his mission, his literal life was for the gospel. That is all he lived here for. I would think the kids could be saved. I think that's just a thing at the younger age. But what are your thoughts on that? I want to invite you to share your thoughts on that.
So I think that I think it's possible that kids can be saved. I think it's also possible that kids can think they know what's going on, but because you can tell a 4-year-old that the sky is blue because daddy gets up every morning and paints it blue before you wake up, and he will believe you. So there are things that you have to make sure that it goes beyond, that they've got to understand, and that they don't just do because you said so. That's another thing that in the world that I grew up in, it was extremely commonplace, was the 1, 2, 3 pray after me, and a 3.5-year-old bows his head and prays and says some words after the teacher, the leader, or whoever, and then they're like, another one's saved. It's like, was he though? Does it feel like it's just?
Are they just hyping this up a little bit?
Yeah. Like, just because you got him to pray doesn't mean he trusted Christ,
Right. No, absolutely.
So I think that you got to be careful with that. When our daughter got saved last fall, and she was 4.5, pushing 5, but like, we grilled her that night and for months to come. And I still ask her,
love Jesus? Do you actually?
Do you really? Do you really? No, we'll talk about, why are you saved? How are you saved? Why do you need to be saved? And I won't hand her the answers to the questions. I'll ask her things trying to trip her up. And
Right.
I want to make sure she knows and believes it, because that's what matters. Her saying an empty prayer just because somebody said you should pray and ask Jesus into your heart, which is lingo I don't even use anymore. Asking Jesus into your heart, I'm like, not a Bible verse for that. Jesus, no. That's not what that is. So I'm trying to untrain her from that now, because but yeah, no. I think it's 100% possible. I just think that when you're dealing with kids, you got to be extremely careful and make sure that it's not just that they're praying because you said so, and they're like, okay,
Right.
like,
exactly.
it's like, make sure it's legit. And I've talked to people before, to kids and teenagers before, telling them about Jesus, giving them the gospel, explaining to them, our sin and our need for a savior and everything, walking them through it, and then you get to the point where like, all right, it's like decision time, like, yes or no, and you can kind of see in their eyes and in their answers that they're not completely there. And I've told people before, all right, I hate my dog. I haven't told people that. Well, I have told people that, but that's not what I was saying. No, I've told people before, if you don't believe this and truly trust Jesus yourself, do not just pray because you think I want you to. If you're not ready for that now, then don't. Now, on the flip side, don't wait a really long time. You got to nail that down and make that decision sooner rather than later. But don't just pray because you think that this guy wants you to. That's the wrong reason. So it's possible, but it needs to be real.
Yeah, I think that's really important, and I think that goes beyond age too. That principle of, I mean, good Lord, there's 20-year-olds that would go to a Billy Graham modern day thing if the God rest his soul, was actually still alive.
Right.
But that principle, right? There's still countless, very large scale events like that are meant to do, rah rah, Jesus is awesome, and then what happens to them after that? Because no one's building them up. That's part of my story in this little snippet of it. Is I accepted Christ February 8th, 2009. I would have been not even 13. I was 12, and I can promise you, my life shifted for about 3 months. And because of the lack of discipleship, I went straight back to the old ways that I was living prior to that. So, even at a later age, that's still relevant. So I think it's a really solid point. Another thing that I wanted to point out, you mentioned that, you were two brothers in a van for your traveling and then it became two brothers and their wives. I really thought that would be a great reality TV show. Two brothers and their wives, and then in parentheses, in a van. Just
in a van down by the river.
And especially, oh gosh, it would be so good. I just thought that, and I was like, I gotta tell him that.
That would be great.
If he needs another piece of content idea, you guys start doing short form with that'd be hilarious.
It's too bad he's not still alive, but I would love to see. What is the other guy's name? Well, this guy's still alive, but the guy who played Frasier, what is his name again?
Oh, I know who you're talking about, but it's not going to come right now. I can promise you it's not going to work. My brain's shut down.
I'm going to find it. Give me a second.
You're like, no, I'm determined. I will not let this.
I know his name. Kelsey Grammer, that's what it is. So I want to see Kelsey Grammer and Chris Farley, who is not alive. Chris Farley and Kelsey Grammer be the brothers in the van.
Yeah, that would be awesome. At first, I thought you were talking about your brother. Because, I said that, you guys could do that piece of content, and then you were like, hey, what if he'd still, I would love to do this if he was still alive. And I was like, Oh, good Lord. What did I just do?
No, he's still around.
He's still here. We're
Yep,
good.
yep.
Okay, good.
He's
I was
still
like,
alive.
So, and then the other, there's only 3 more things I'm going to point out. But one of the things you mentioned was when you were talking about how you felt like you were wasting your time in a vocation that was outside of ministry. You were very clear to say, like, hey, there's nothing wrong with Christians being in a traditional worldly vocation. That there's nothing wrong with that. And I would actually go so far as to say we need that as the church. So, like, and that's something I really wanted to touch on because I struggle with that still. So, like, right now, I don't know if you know this or not, Josh. You might know this. I am a rideshare driver, so I do Lyft and Uber. And then I also do Amazon Flex delivery, which is essentially exactly what it sounds like. You deliver packages for Amazon freelance, and yes, just getting the guns in here.
The
We
gun
went to
show
the
has
bill.
arrived.
Yes, yeah, seriously, the gun show.
My wife just went,
She's like, yeah, okay. Whatever. So, I have been doing that now since February. I actually left my 9 because I really felt like God was pushing me to trust Him in a deeper way, in a different way for my personal walk. But even when I left, I shook hands with my boss, who was the CEO. I worked under him directly with my old job. Like I was very high up in this credit union I was working at, and that's, again, that's not meant to be like a toot my own horn thing, but it's like I know that I had a purpose while I was there, and even when I was there doing marketing or I started as a teller, when I was doing those things, I did everything I could to be a positive influence over the people that were there. One of the things I was really intentional about doing is I would genuinely, sincerely ask my coworkers, "Hey, how are you? Good? No. How are you? Yeah, no. None of this good stuff. Not that awesome.
Yes.
How are you?
not good.
And then they'd go, if they were really good, they'd be, yeah, I'm good. This is what's been going on in my life. Right on. That's awesome. Celebrate their victories with them. And there were several of them, because there was a lot of, I started this job in the end of 2020 and left it at the beginning of 2022. So I worked literally only during COVID. So there was a lot of turnover, is why I'm saying.
I'll
that.
bet.
And but every person that I talked to, one of them still regularly engages with my TikTok content, and she's like, "Hey, I really appreciated the way you handled things." And it's not, again, that's not meant to toot my own horn. The purpose of all of that is to say this: if you're a Christian out there who is in the marketplace, is how I would phrase it. You're out there working a job, a 9-to-5 that's outside of ministry. Don't think that you are somehow failing God by being there instead of being in a church.
No.
Because on the contrary, just as much as we need a church, we need like a building with people in it. You also need to go from that church and go do things.
Yeah.
Go change the world. Go shift the world. Point them closer to Christ. And part of that, I believe, is done in the marketplace. So
Right.
I think that's super important.
Oh,
I think it's
yeah.
super important.
Yeah, I mean, it's a similar way to how he talks about, in Scripture, that the body is made up of different parts with different abilities. We can't all be an eye. We can't all be a foot. We can't all be a nose.
Right.
I actually had a similar conversation with a gentleman in my current church a few months back. It was like right before a service and everything too. He was just talking about, he was like, yeah, sometimes I just kind of feel like I'm just working and I don't know what I'm doing here. And he has a daughter who's just graduating out of my youth group. And I told him, I was like, well, it can be, it can be hard sometimes. Like if you're somebody who knows you're called to a ministry position and then you go into that ministry position, it's super easy to identify and say, yeah, I'm doing God's will for my life. I'm doing what he made me to do because I'm a pastor or a children's worker or whatever. And it can be a little more ambiguous when when you work in the secular field and you're just like, is this what I'm called to do? There's no verse for this one,
Right.
So, but I told him, I was like, you got to be the light for where God has put you and the job that you've got. And maybe, and seasons change, callings change sometimes. Maybe your calling is to be the best dad that your daughter needs right now, the best husband you could possibly be, and the best coworker that all these other guys around you need to see. And he was just like, I never thought of that. I was like, yeah, just because you're not standing up there with the microphone and the Bible telling people to turn to, Genesis, whatever, like that, that's not the only calling and meaning that any Christian can possibly have. We put ministry people up on these pedestals that they don't belong on. We've all got different gifts and different abilities. The only difference between me and the guy sitting in the pew that I was having that conversation with is he's been given different gifts than me, and the position that I'm in the church is not necessarily more important. It just comes with a tremendous amount of responsibility in how I handle it and how I handle the word and everything. But it doesn't make me better or him inferior. We've all got places that God has put us into and designed us for, and we just have to be faithful for where we're at. So
Yeah, no, that's a fact. And I think that that's so important too, because like there are even inside the Christian vocational side of things, there are Christians that are like, hey, I'm not the pastor of this church, I'm a janitor.
mm-hmm.
I wish I was a pastor. Oh man, do you understand how important the janitor is?
Oh, yeah.
Like, do you understand that the people that have gone into the restroom and are embarrassed because they had tacos Saturday night and it didn't agree with them Sunday morning, and you went in and cleaned it? That is so important.
Oh, yeah.
It is so important.
Yes.
And so yeah, I love that. It's really true.
Oh yeah, we've got a staff maintenance guy at our church, and I mean he keeps the place running. Like we couldn't have church without him. No. We've got ladies who come in and clean between services on during the week, Mondays and Thursdays, and it's like you keep church moving. Like we need you so bad. Don't think that's inferior.
For you.
Yes.
Thank you for doing this. Exactly.
Yes,
like,
there is.
So important.
If Jesus put you here, there's value in who you are, and there's value in what He has for you to do. It says that that we're created as new creatures in Christ, we are created for good works. We're not all created for the same works, but we are all created for good works. Just find the good work He's called and built you for, and then go do that with faithfulness.
Yeah, that's exactly it. That's exactly it. I love that. I also was appreciating one of the things that I like. The last two things are very much things that I am 100% feeling in my own life right now. So that's really cool. So it's like if no one else was impacted by this, it helped me. So just so you know,
Yay.
Yeah, I'm here for you. So the importance of eliminating the echo chamber, right? By keeping people who you disagree with around you,
right?
And so one of my best friends, he goes by the Christian Ninja online, but his name's Carl. That's
Carl.
What I call him. Carl. Yeah, he gets that every time I say his name. And he's always like, whatever, I'm over it. So Carl and I, we both believe in the same Jesus, but he is a little more Pentecostal than I am. His faith is a little bit more to that end. And I'm like, okay. But he defends it well. Whenever we talk about it, I'll be like, why do you do this? And he'll go, here's the scripture. And I'll go, huh. I still don't know that I agree, but that's pretty cool. But that's so important. And I have said this on my streams multiple times. I encourage civil discourse because at the end of the day, both people, if they entered into the conversation with the intent of educating and being educated, and not being right or wrong, you walk away from it and either A, you have concreted yourself in your own belief, right, whatever that was prior to the conversation, or you have been persuaded to either completely throw out what you believed before or modify it because there was some new information. Right. And I think both of those things are incredibly important. And as to our growth as individuals, to our growth as Christians, if we welcome in that discourse that, okay, I don't agree with you, you don't agree with me, but it's okay, we don't have to.
Right.
I just want to sharpen up you, and I want you to sharpen me up. I want to take this time and go, okay, this X conversation we're having, and I use this even outside of like faith-based conversation. He's breaking out the briefcase. But I do this outside of faith-based conversation. I talk about, like, especially right now, it's a real hot topic, is the abortion conversation, right? I am vehemently pro-life.
Oh yes.
And as a Christian, I think that is I've talked to Christians who are somehow pro-choice, and that hurts my brain to understand. But yeah, I'm willing, again, even though I vehemently disagree with that, I'm willing to hear where they're coming from. Right. Because if there's a legitimate biblical defense for that, I'm here for it. But if there's not, which I'm convinced at this point there isn't, okay. And but that's the beautiful thing is, like, even outside of the Christian faith, we talk about pro-life, pro-choice. There are plenty of people out there that are very, 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 very loud, and they are pro-choice. Right. And okay, I'm gonna listen to you. Like I'm a Lyft and Uber driver, and when Roe v. Wade got overturned, I was getting rides that night, and there was a riot, borderline, at the Springfield City courthouse, and it was getting really dicey out there, and that's normally where I hang out. Well, I got a trip and I grabbed it, and it was right in the middle of it. So
Ooh.
one of the people that was in that crowd wanted to get in my car. I'm like, okay, I immediately got in my, do I need to bail or do I pick the people up?
Yeah.
And it was like absolute peace. I'm like, okay, there's something going on here then. So two gals with the signs that are classic to that movement get into my car, and they're real high on adrenaline. And they get in, and they asked me point blank. They were like, "Where's your thoughts on this?" I'm like, "I don't think you want my answer." I just said that point blank. I'm like, "You're stuck in the car with me for the next 10 minutes. I don't think you want my answer."
Yeah.
And they said, "No, even if you completely," and this, I loved this. These were the first folks in the pro-choice movement I have ever had say this. It was amazing. They said, even if you are vehemently pro-life, you're okay to have that thought, and I want to understand why. And I'm like, all right, if you're willing to let me say that, then I will. And I approached it from the place of biblical principles and said, the first place where I always start is like, hey, do you believe that the Bible's accurate? No. Okay, well, we have to have that conversation first, because if we can't agree that the Bible's accurate, then my arguments turn out the window, because it's all based in that. And so we ended up going over the accuracy and totality of Scripture. And then said, okay, now that you're starting to open your mind up to that, go with me and say this is accurate. Now that we have that basis, here's all the reasons. Right? And at the end of it, they tipped me better than I've ever been tipped. It was like a $52 tip, and it was like a 10-minute trip. Normally, I'd get like $9 for that.
Nice.
Like total. So, and they literally said, they're like, you are probably one of the most sensible people we've had a conversation with. You were kind. You weren't rude. So it's all about entering into the conversation. Right or wrong, it's to educate and to be educated, to understand and to help others understand. So I just really loved that you pointed out that I think it was in reference to the pastors you were seeing creating content together that had a lot of different probably theologies and things like that, but they all talked about those things, discussed them in a way that was fruitful. So I think that's really good.
Yeah, and it's funny you talk about that too. Talking about being able to disagree on some things. And still lovingly without seeking to argue. I'm actually, so in our teen Sunday school class on Sunday mornings, I'm teaching through Romans, and I'm breaking into chapter 14 this week, and this just triggered in my head when you said that. Romans 14:1 talks about, as for the one who's weak in faith, welcome him, but not to quarrel over opinions. And then it starts going into all this stuff about whether or not you eat these vegetables or meats or which days you do or don't observe. And in that context, it's talking about, hey, Jewish Christians who are used to not eating certain foods or making sure you keep all these different holy days, don't judge the Gentile Christians who are in the church too for not having a clue what you're talking about and not feeling like they need to keep it. But that goes along with this other stuff that we'll have. He's talking about welcome somebody who's weak in faith, but not with the idea to fight them or to make them change their mind to be like you. If it's not a heresy or a false teaching, then you don't have to sever ties over it, and you don't necessarily need to be like, let's welcome this person in so that we can change them and make them like us. It's like, just love them as a brother or sister in Christ. If they're genuinely just very wrong on something that's kind of a major deal, then we go into the things about lovingly, walking through some things with people. But the idea of, let's open our doors so that we can fight with people that's not where we're supposed to be. So.
No. Well, and it's becoming all things to all men that I might win them more, I believe is the phrase that I think it's Paul writing that says that. I think that's so important. You have to be cautious how far you take that. But because there's so many people I'll talk to that are like former alcoholics that are like, no, I'm going to go back to the bar to witness. I'm like, okay, bro, you had 12 shots. You are not witnessing.
No.
I saw that on TikTok the other day, and that has been my favorite thing. Somebody said that. He's like, bro, you had 12 shots. Your witness is out the window.
Yeah.
And that's it's so accurate.
We are witnessing your liver failure. That's what we're witnessing.
Yes, we are now witnessing your liver failure. Yeah. But yeah, so that's something that I think is just so important. Yeah. I'm going to acknowledge something in my chat really quick. Yes, I did see that. Thank you for letting me know, guys. So yeah, I think that's so important. And then the other thing, this is where I really want to spend a minute. We might go a little longer than an hour here, because this is juicy stuff. This is some of the stuff that I have been walking out in my own life lately, and I loved your response to it. So I also have to clarify one part though, because okay, hold on. Let me get this first thought out. You mentioned, yeah, exactly. Let's just reel it in. When you mentioned your world kind of got rocked when your wife came to you and said, "I'm pregnant with our second kid," and you went, "Yay! Oh crap!" Like this is like it's like because you're excited,
Right.
but it's okay to acknowledge that it's also terrifying.
Oh yeah.
Like it's like
Oh,
crap,
yeah.
honey. We're already in a place where we are barely scraping by. We have another mouth to feed now. Oh no! Right? Like this is
Oh
not
yeah.
good.
Oh.
And so, but what your response was, and I'm going to toot your horn for you.
Oh no.
You mentioned that you asked God to help you be more faithful. So let me share this with you. So a little backstory is earlier this year, I mentioned to you, I already told you this. I quit my 9 to 5. I was making well above what I needed to. Excuse me. Rachel and I got married December 26th of last year. So then I was still working that job, came back working that job, and then like 2 months into our marriage, God's like, "Hey, quit your job and go work a part-time one." And I'm like, "Well, we can afford to do that, but God, you've already called her to be a stay-at-home mom and a homemaker. How are we going to live on that?"
Yeah.
Like, I was making really good money as a marketing person. I was doing fine. Like, we had no complaints, no stresses. But that's the point. We didn't have any complaints. We didn't have any stresses. We didn't have any needs. We had this perception, or at least I did, and I didn't realize this till recently, that I was my provider. And so what happened was, man, like we had that happen. Now, what was beautiful about this is we had gotten our tax return right at that time, and it was in our account. We were good. That tax return made it to where we paid off all of our debt, which was the last car loan I've ever had and will ever have. And we also put away a 3-month emergency fund. 3 months of our expenses piled away into a savings account for emergencies. Good thing to have, I think.
Yeah.
Well, then my car proceeded to have a lot of issues, and I drive it for a living.
Yeah.
I have a 2010 Dodge Avenger, and in these last 5 months? Yeah, it's actually been 5 months now. 5 months we've put in the ballpark of $2,300 into a $5,000 car.
Ooh.
So we're starting to get to the point where, like, oh, well, maybe we should replace it. And then we look at the market and go, maybe we just fix it. Like, it's just not.
Yeah.
We aren't going to do that right now. Now, in a normal market, that's exactly what I do. Once you get to about half of its value in repairs that are not tires and oil changes, you kind of start wondering if you might do that.
Right.
So that's kind of been my rule of thumb. And that's a lot of people's rule of thumb. But anyway, what I remember doing is we went on vacation. And I'm not gonna lie to you, when we had that last repair, which was $400 just for airbags, and I was like, well, I definitely need airbags.
Yeah, you do.
So I'm like, crap, what do I do here? So I didn't pray about it. I didn't do any of that. I was so like, I've got this, that I was just like, screw it. I know we just got out of debt. Let's go get a new car. So the best thing to do at that time, as far as like value per dollar, if I had cash, I would still say that this was the best move. We were going to go order a brand new Toyota Corolla hybrid, because a brand new one fully loaded was $27,000. A used one 2 years old with 30,000 miles on it was $32,000. It was more expensive than the new one.
How?
Because of how weird the used market is right now. It was janky, right? So we
That's
were like,
weird.
the heck with that. We'll just order a new one. There's no way we're paying for a used one when they're that much more expensive. That doesn't even make sense.
No.
It's never been. I sold cars for 3 years. This has never been like this. So, but we ordered it, and we went through the process. They tell us it's $500 non-refundable deposit. No problem. Here you go. We go through this process, right? We get back, and I literally, as soon as we get back from our vacation, I'm like, I screwed up. Having debt isn't a sin, but nowhere in the Bible does God use debt to help people further their ministry, number one. Number two, there is actually a couple of Proverbs, one that stands out that I actually have on, I'm shameless plug, I have it on merch. It's you of the borrower is enslaved to the lender.
Yeah.
And the merch is no longer enslaved. When I got out of debt, I made that.
Yeah.
So the principle for me was, we still don't have our emergency fund back. We still don't, to this day. We've been trying so hard, but we have had so many things come up in between now and then. And we're just like, crap, we have no savings, but we have a little bit of a credit card balance because I've kept a credit card. I think it's good just to build credit with.
Yeah.
But the problem is that becomes a temptation. This is why most people would say don't have one. And I'm like, we've got a great limit. We can use that. So we started using that. Well, now we carry a small balance. I won't say how much, but we have a balance on that credit card, and we don't have savings. And all those things we put on the credit card were actual needs. Like, these were not things that were like, oh, we need to go on vacation. No, we needed diapers. We needed tires for her car. We needed things.
Yeah.
And instead of praying about it, I just kept, okay, I'm just going to keep going. I can do this on my own. And then at one point I stopped and went, holy crap. I went right back to it after having canceled the car order. I had canceled the car order, repaired my car, and said, I'm going to keep chasing Jesus. And then I was like, wait, no, hold on. I just did this, but with a different means. So, and then it was literally last week. This is where I get to all this now. Last week, in the last like 2 weeks, I'd say I've been working on daily devotions because I'm really bad at that. For the last 15 days, though, I've done it every day, and I'm really proud of myself for that. So that's actually a really big deal for me.
Very cool.
So thanks, man. So I did that, and I started praying every morning. It's been like the two big things for me. Like, lay all of the burdens down that I have. Go, okay, God, these are yours at the beginning of the day.
Yeah.
And then as they come up throughout the day, you just keep going, okay, God, I'm picking it back up. Help me leave that with you. Help me. I'm not good at this. Help me leave that with you. And I love how my uncle, who's also a pastor, put it. He goes, your behaviors or desires for not God are not pets. You don't pick them back up. You leave them there. They are a problem.
Yeah.
You need to leave them with God and let him sort it. Amazing thought. That's always really stuck with me.
That's cool.
So that for me this week, I've been praying over the last little while, and I've been like, okay, God, I've been praying for you to provide for us, to take care of our credit card debt, and to take care of our savings. Those three got absolved about 3 days ago into one prayer. God, help me to be more faithful.
Yeah.
Help me to trust that you have this, that I am going to faithfully do what you have put in front of me, which is to be a rideshare driver, Amazon Flex delivery guy, and show up on streams and make the absolute best content that I can that will reach the most gamers that I can, so that at the end of my life, which is a blink of an eye in the glimpse of eternity, I can say, okay, yeah, I may not have had a Lexus, I may not have had a multi-million-dollar mansion, I may not have had all these wonderful things in the world's sense of wonderful,
right?
But at the end of my life, I can get up there to heaven, look Jesus in the face, and say, God, how many did I bring with me?
Yeah.
Well, even if it wasn't me, because I know it's not me, how many of them did you use me to bring to you?
Right.
I just want to see what me allowing myself to be available did. I just want to see it.
Yeah.
Right. And that for me is so refreshing. It's so refreshing. So, man, I just really wanted to touch on that because I could not express to you with words how much, as soon as you said, my prayer was, God, help me be more faithful.
Yeah.
Oh, there's some irony. Did you see my? Okay, well, no, you're not. I don't know why I'm asking that. There's in my chat somebody like a bot account. Want to become famous? Buy followers, primes, and viewers on mountviewers.com.
Come on.
Talk about irony.
I know.
I don't want to be famous. I don't want to have all this money. Hey, you want to become famous? That's
hilarious. Yeah, it's difficult to balance a lot of different concepts because, God does put things into us. I think, it's not popular to talk about gender differences today, but I think especially in males, I think that there are many.
To go full send on it.
Yeah.
Don't hesitate. Talk about it. It's okay.
God built men and women differently, and that's all that he built. But he built them very differently. And I think that when you look at the Bible where it talks about, men are, biblically speaking, men are put up as the head of the home, as Christ is the head of the church. And he put in men the ability to fight wars, to stand up for things, and to provide. That responsibility is not laid on women anywhere in Scripture. It's laid on the men.
No, guys. Yep.
And so I think that not only did he give us that responsibility, but I think it's very obvious that he gave us that sense of responsibility as well, and that leaning, and that in most of us, that desire, and that inner call to do that kind of thing, to provide. And also we have ambitions. We want to be successful at providing. We want to, every generation wants to set up their kids better than what they had.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that, to want to try and be there and provide for your kids, for your families. Hang on, let me change my playlist here. It ran into something. I don't know if it's copyright free or not. There we go. Okay. I know. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. I love that. I will look at these later. Okay. Thank you. I'll just put them right here. 5-year-old came with a stack of drawings.
You don't reject the crafts from your 5-year-old. You just go, hey, honey, I love you. This is beautiful. Let me look at this later. Okay?
Exactly.
It's a great, perfect dad moment. Everybody claps in chat. Claps in chat.
So there's, we want to do things. We want to be successful. We want to provide for our families. And we want to do things for our kids and for our wives and stuff like that. But I think that also in the middle of those natural and good desires and inclinations, we can also get a little lost with the world's definition of what it means to be doing that well, to be successful at it. We think that, if I'm only doing a good job at this, if I have a super nice house and 2 cars that work perfectly, and we have 10 grand in the bank, and every month we're just like, we don't know what to do with the extra cash. Let's either spend it or save it. We don't know. Who cares? It's just we have the money. And so when we go through these seasons where that stuff isn't that way, we're like, how am I failing? What am I doing wrong? And sometimes you have to look at things and be like, well, am I being stupid? Am I doing something irresponsibly? But if you're not, and it's just that God has said, hey, I have not ordained for you to have a ton of extra cash right now, then that's his doing, not yours. And you have to look and say, like you said, help me be faithful with what you've given me, with the opportunities you provided. Help me to be smart, help me to be wise, but help me be faithful in what I've got and what I'm doing. And even if that doesn't look like what I think it should, that doesn't mean that God made a mistake. So if I leave it up to him, then he knows what he's doing. I don't, and that's okay.
Exactly. And I think that's so true, man. That's so accurate. And I really do. I relate to that so much, because that's been, like I said, that's been my struggle for the last little while. And it's been amazing now that I've dropped that off my shoulders and said, okay, God, this is yours. I want you to have this. This is my faith in you, not in me, not in my abilities, but in the abilities you've given me. And I'm going to, this is what I was trying to figure out for the last couple of weeks, the line between being faithful and a faithful steward of what God has given us, both financially, time, your talents, literally the things you're capable of doing, those kinds of things. How do I steward these? It's okay. Dad moment again. No, you're fine.
I had me muted on my stream. Forgot I didn't mute myself for you. Sorry.
Oh, dude, you're totally fine. Don't stress it. It happens. It's all dad moments. So there's that balancing act of how do you steward what God's given you, and I'm talking specifically in the realm of finance as well, but also not to the point where your goal with stewarding that is to live and look like the world. How do I steward this well, God, so that when, if God should decide overnight tonight, like, hey, David, you're going to blow up because I think you're going to handle the money well. Okay, cool, God. I make sure I keep my humility, put people around me that are going to keep me in check, but I'm here for it. If I'm used to living on this teeny little sliver and I just opened it a smidgen, but we've got all this extra over here, right? We've got whatever, $8,000 a month that just blew up overnight, right? And I only need, 2, 3 to live on. I don't know that I need that much even, but anyway, we live on less now. So when I look at that, I can go, okay, God, what do you want to do with the rest of this?
Yeah.
I've got some sweet, cool ideas, God, but maybe none of those matter. What do you want to do? I'm all in. What are we doing? And I think that's so cool. So yeah, thanks for sharing that. And again, thanks for sharing your testimony tonight, man.
No problem.
It at the very least, like I said, it really just, I feel like it was something that God used at the very least for me to hey, David, remember how I've been telling you to be faithful? Guess what? You're not the only one that I've been pushing to be faithful. And it's just
right.
It's super encouraging to have that. So
yeah, I'm glad we could get together and do all of this for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure. So okay, for the gaming part of this,
yes,
I have questions.
You do.
It didn't occur to me. Are we just gonna do the normal gaming thing where it's just us on our respective streams? We don't need to set up cameras and move things and turn things on. And I think it might, because I'm going to be hosting the world.
Right.
And I'm wondering if by streaming, trying to give you my camera feed and running the server, if my computer's going to implode.
Yeah, that might. I was wondering how that would work for me too. So we can probably end the video portion and just go to voice.
Yes.
You think?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm good with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll do that then. And
oh my gosh, I'm upside down. How did I do this?
I saw that. I saw that the other day. I was like, I don't think he knows about that.
I hit the wrong button. I disconnected from the call. Okay, say it one more time.
Oh, I was just saying. I noticed that the other day. I watched one of your old streams back just because I hadn't seen one of your streams in forever, and I was like, I don't think he knows he did that.
No, I have no idea what I just did. I'm upside down.
Yep.
Oh, whoops, that's the wrong one. Yeah, guys, I am a professional streamer, and you cannot convince me otherwise.
Same.
Flip
Same.
horizontal?
We know what we're doing here.
I don't know why that happened, but anyway. I literally just did all that. I'm wondering if there's a source that's being matched somewhere that it's like, nope, you can't do that in both these places.
Right.
Okay. So what I did in our 7 days world, and I'm gonna remind you because I forget. Don't forget to change categories on Twitch.
Oh, I've been in 7 days the whole time. I forgot to ever do anything different. So
I forgot to remind you at the beginning.
Yeah. Well, I thought about it and I was like, I can't change it on YouTube, and I could do it on Twitch, but then I'm gonna forget to go back to 7 days later. I'd rather do all of that on the 7 days thing than start playing 7 days and just chatting. So.
That's fair. Okay, let me let's see. I gotta change the title here because it doesn't really quite make as much sense now. Okay.
But does it need to make sense, or can we just say
rush.
throw caution to the wind?
Yeah, right.
Turn this a little bit.
All right, guys. So here's the deal. If you guys missed this part at the beginning where I discussed what we're gonna do in 7 days to die, I'm gonna host us a world. I've actually already created it, so I've just gotta jump into it. And I went ahead, Josh, and moved the time back to 4 a.m. because of how quickly that clock moves. It normally spawns in on day 1 at 7 a.m., but just to give you the time to get in on time for 7 a.m. in game, to give us the most amount of time we can have. That's what I'm thinking. And then I think we go through, if you have the time to, 4 hordes, so that'd be about 2 hours. Do you have that time?
Oh yeah, I got the time.
Okay. I do too. I'm gonna end up bleeding into my arc time a little bit, but it's all right. I'll get over it.
You'll get over it. Are you sure though?
Yeah, I am very sure because this is going to be content.
Oh yes, it is.
It's going to be so bad, guys. So what happens is every 30 minutes we get a horde. Now, just so you guys know, this is 30 minutes of game time. So in the normal game, if you're not familiar with this game, you get a horde every 7 hours of gaming. That's the normal.
7 hours? 7 oh yeah, 7.
Yeah, 7
okay,
days.
yeah.
Yep, 7 days. Each day is normally an hour. So we're going from 7 hours of game time to 30 minutes to prepare. It is that intense. We are full sending. Everybody pray for us. Okay, so let me give. Oh wait, what do you mean I can't invite friends? Huh?
What?
Why can't I? Are we not friends on Steam? Did we not?
We should be.
Rip me. Okay, hold on.
Rip. No. Now I gotta open Steam.
I don't think we are.
I think I was friends. The last time I played with you, I was friends with Carl, and he invited me. I think is what happened.
Oh, that's right. You're absolutely right. Okay, hold on. Let me. Apparently, the world that I created was. I left it at 1 player. No wonder it wasn't letting me invite anybody.
Oh, dirt.
Yeah, exactly. Having a moment. Okay. So, I need information.
Information.
Correct.
What do you need?
Just 00 Josh, I assume, or if you have your friend code.
For yes.
Here, I'll send you mine, and I'll just DM it to you.
Okay, let me see.
That's the friend code. So what you do is you just go into friends and then click add friend.
Add friend.
And then copy that code and put it in where it says enter a friend code.
Friend
very
code.
Shocking.
Is that how friend codes be working?
Gasp in Spanish.
El gasp.
El gasp.
Send friend. Okay, I successfully.
Okay, I got it. I got the friend request. There's
yeah.
We're friends.
That's kind of adorable.
Why am I still only allowed to invite him to watch?
I don't know.
Oh, there we go. Did you get my invite?
Oh, did I? Shift, tab, reply. Oh, what is shift plus tab? What? Play game. Correct. Yes?
You got it?
I think.
Maybe. We'll find out. Smile.
Mayhaps. It says you accepted an invitation to play 7 Days to Die. Oh, and now things are loading. How do I close all of this stuff? It's on my
Shift
screen.
tab again.
Oh, shift tab. What? It no working?
What is this?
Okay, it's gone.
Okay, I was like, other than that, I don't really know.
I did it like 3 times before it
Extra
changed.
handicap, you just can't play the game.
Yeah, you gotta
have
keep
to
me
stand there
alive.
and hope you don't die.
Oh, that's not gonna pan out very well.
I am burning through. I'm burning through the first like initial quest stuff real quick.
That's a good plan.
Uh,
I'm gonna do that too.
yeah, that way at least. Yeah, once you get in here, and then we'll party up and figure out how far away we are from each other. We should spawn in the same spot.
Should.
Because I did it on Nava's game.
Okay.
So I believe that's a locked starting point.
Okay.
So theoretically,
Theoretically.
we should be good. Okay, we got the plant fibers. We need to collect more wood. Yes.
What biome did you start in?
Temperate, like the forest one.
Okay. Samesies. But that means very little.
Okay, here we go. I saw you.
Oh.
Here's a party invite and an ally invite.
Holy sensitivity, Batman. Wow.
What, you don't want to look like a kid who snorted Adderall before you started playing video games?
No, I truly do not. Also, like, I'm trying to work it out because I just bought a new mouse and like it was far more sensitive than what I was used to. That's a little low. Let's go up a tiny bit. Oh,
Okay,
what?
and the bow is going to be a waste of time at this. We're not going to do that. I'm not going to keep that anyway. Okay, so yeah, craft a frame shape. Boom.
I haven't played 7 Days in a hot minute. All right.
You know, I started playing Undead Legacy because of I don't know if you watch Guns, Nerds, and Steel or not, but he's a YouTuber that's a 7 Days guy, and he actually just put in his 2-month notice in his case at his job.
I think I just saw that.
Yeah, he crossed 40,000 subscribers when he did that announcement. I think he's at 40. He's over 40,000 now. I don't remember exactly how many, but he is growing very quickly. He's known for having like a cinematic approach to 7 Days.
Sweet.
It is super cool. Definitely recommend him. He's super good. Okay. I think the only way to go about this is to do strength, and I'm gonna go sexual Tyrannosaurus. How I still love that perk. Boomstick, Skull Crusher, and then we're gonna do. I don't normally put points into Pack Mule, but because this is going to be one of those that we're just playing for like 2 hours and we might play it again at some point, I'll just do that. I'll waste the point into Pack Mule. It's fine.
What do you mean we might play?
I'm sure we will play again. I just don't know if we'll play this challenge again.
Well,
we'll see how it goes.
I was going to say, we'll see how it goes now and check it out from there.
1.6 kilometers away? Oh, no. Oh, no.
I'm slowly making my way to you as I work through these.
Okay, I think we're going to have the same trader, though, because I'm looking at the map, and it's, like, pretty well between us. You're further from it, but... Although, I don't know if we're going to even bother with the trader, to be honest with you. But the trader will be in a city, and that's where we're going to want to set ourselves up, so...
Are you thinking of building a base or reinforcing an existing location?
Oh, we're just going to have to reinforce for at least the first night. We're going to have to reinforce, because...
Yeah, I don't know how we'll build anything.
Otherwise.
I found cloth leggings. I mean, leg armor, not leggings. I'm not wearing leggings in 7 days.
Cloth leggings.
Yeah, that wasn't quite what I meant to say.
Walking around here showing off his leg day gains, you know what I'm saying? Like,
you mean how I skipped leg day? Ooh, I don't want to.
You mean my chicken legs?
Yes.
Unironically, I actually leg day was today for me, and I am in misery right now.
Well, I actually haven't done leg day in a while, so if I think about how long it's been, it's never.
Oh.
I don't work out at all.
Yeah, I just started this like this week. Like this is my I've made many attempts to start getting in the habit of working out, and almost all of them have fallen dramatically on their face because I have no discipline. So
same.
But I have done it now for 5 days in a row, all 5 days that I had intended to do. So I'm pretty happy with that.
Kudos to thee.
Thank you. We can tell which version you used to.
Huh? How dare thou?
Oh, I should probably craft a stone sledgehammer. I have so much stone. How did I get all that stone? Oh, that's right. I scrapped down the cement.
You're a heavy stoner.
Oh boy.
I just killed the chicken, and I
It's
felt
been a
great
good
about
run,
it.
boys. I am going to enjoy my ban for TOS. We have this joke at one point. We have the Monka TOS emote. We're like, oh crap, we have broken TOS.
Sorry.
One of my friends, well, Carl, I've talked about him before. Tarl with a E.
Tarl. Hey, Tarl.
Tarl. No, Carl. At one point I think he was typing on his phone. I think it was Carl. Anyway, somebody was typing on their phone in the chat, and they accidentally forgot the A in Monka, so it became Monk Toss.
Monk toss.
So now every once in a while I'll make a reference to that, like, oh my gosh, Monk Toss. Everybody's like, why are we tossing monks? What is going on? What did they do?
That is awesome. What did these monks ever do to you?
Right.
Why would you do such a thing?
Why would you do this, right?
Poor monks. It's kind of disconcerting to be looking at the days and see the number 1 in red. I've never played like this before.
Oh, it's nuts. So I have done Horde every night. Actually, when I was doing patron-only streams for a while, I stopped doing that because I don't have a ton of patrons at the moment, and it kind of, like, I would stream for 0 people almost every time. So I was like,
Yeah.
I'd rather hang out with you guys one-on-one for those couple hours if you have
Right.
time. Like, it's more fruitful at this point, so I do that.
That's cool.
But yeah, when I was still doing those, I did, to keep things interesting for them, I did a Horde every night. Didn't do the XP. Excuse me, I'm dying now. Didn't do the
That's
XP
bad.
boost, and yeah, it went very dry. Like, it was super boring. Basically what happens in Horde every night without an XP boost is you get essentially like 5 zombies.
Oh, every night
For the whole night, and that's it.
Well, that stinks.
Like, it's not 5 zombies in a wave, it's 5 zombies. That's it. So by boosting the XP, you have higher XP. So it's like, oh, your game stage is higher. Oh, we should send you some zombies.
That makes sense.
And yeah, so I actually forgot. So one of the things that Alpha 20 changed, and I don't know if you knew this or not. You probably do, but in case you don't, I'll tell you. And
Probably don't.
So one of the things is increased loot in different biomes and different tiers of POIs.
Oh yeah, I knew that. I can't remember the
Second
tiers.
chicken kill, and I've only been playing this game for a little bit. We love to see it. But yeah, no. So that where the trader is just outside the burned biome, like the wasteland. So it should be the really high tiered loot for our jobs and stuff.
Sweet.
Okay. I found you now, not you, but so what I'm gonna do is I grabbed a quest. It's 163 meters away. I'm gonna do that quest, clear that POI, and we'll use that POI.
Cool. Hopefully it's a good one.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. That's what I'm hoping for anyway. Yeah. See if it's good. Should have good loot at least.
I'm about to go to the how do we share quests? Is that a thing we can do?
Yeah, you can share quests. So if you go press and hold tab and then drag over to quests, because we're partied up, you can click on a quest you have, and then if it's shareable, you'll see a little like group of people icon. Like, I can click that and it shares the quest with you.
Okay.
And then if you accept it, it actually will warn me like, hey, don't start it without them if they aren't close enough.
Tier 1.
And actually this POI is going to be perfect, by the way. This is exactly the one I thought it was.
It says shared quests, but how do I accept?
Oh, so that bottom area where it says shared, you click on it and then click the check mark.
Got it.
There you go. So I will not start it without you, but I'm going to look over this and start thinking about a horde-based design. There's a garage in this one that would be easy to manage for our first 4 nights.
First 4
This
nights.
actually would probably be really good because it's a big enough size for 2 of us.
Okay.
And then there's a house nearby too. So if we wanted to make like a fallback position, we could pretty easily.
Sweet. I like fallbacks.
So,
Those are always nice to have.
Yep, those are good. So I'm actually at the POI now, but feel free to go stop by the trader first to get that done, if you would like to do that. And I'll just kind of
How far are you?
out here. 248 meters.
Oh,
not
you're
far.
not that far. Okay. I just didn't want to make you wait forever while I go to the stinking trader.
Oh yeah, no, you're totally good. And the trader's like 183 meters, I think, from here.
Sweet.
So,
Us Americans having to just guess at how far a meter is.
Right.
It's like, it's about a hop, skip, and a jump that way.
It's over there yonder.
It's yonder. Oh, this is, I think, the same place. I jumped in a server with somebody else a little while back, and I'm pretty sure they must have been on Navigaine. I never noticed before.
Yeah, I got you. My buddy Carl texted me a picture, and I was like, I should probably look at that. He didn't text me a lot. So I looked at it, and it's just a picture of a whole thing of cheese balls, which is super ironic because you and I were just talking about that at the
Wait. Hold on.
Wait, what am I waiting for? I guess we'll never know, chat.
Okay, I don't know where it is, but we have like one of those Michael Scott size things of cheese balls
That's beautiful.
somewhere around this house.
Could not be more proud of you right now.
I know, right? I was gonna find it and try to bring it on camera, but it's not where I thought it was.
Well, and I also can't see your camera at the moment. So.
Well, if you had my stream pulled up, that wouldn't matter now, would it?
I'm sorry, my computer is only so. I don't have my old beast anymore. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah, you sold that a while back as part of your get out of debt-free journey.
Yes.
Yes.
Like still don't regret that. Like I missed some of it. I missed the functionality of it for sure. Like I'm not gonna downplay that, but I don't regret having sold it. It definitely was instrumental in my ability to get out of debt. Come here.
Vulture,
here. I see you. Here you are. Oh no, come here. I really want to bop.
Bop him. I bop you.
Satisfying.
Should I start this quest or no? You have to start it.
I think I was gonna say I think I have to. I was just kind of messing around though. So hello.
Hi. Oh, things. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, I had started looting and clearing the ground a bit just to grab a little extra wood and charcoal for some fuel for the first little while.
Ooh, lockpicks. Yay.
Ooh, good. That I really like about Undead Legacy. Rather than just press E, drag down, and hope that it unlocks it, it actually is like a Skyrim-like mini game.
Oh, really?
Where you actually have to try. Yeah, it's crazy. Oh, hello.
Hi.
I feel as though I may be in the way.
You are.
I thought you're like, I ain't gonna lie to you, friend. You definitely are in the way. Oh, hey, whoa.
I thought you were lagging or something. I was like, what happened?
I was searching the backpack that's at the top there.
All right,
why
I'm gonna
collecting rotten flesh. We are definitely not starting a farm anytime soon.
No, because farming be useless.
Go across here. Proud of you. Okay, feathers. I don't know why I'm gathering all these feathers either. I'm definitely not using a bow.
I am.
Are you? Okay, I'll hang on to the feathers.
I just don't want to like have to punch everything in the face because it's not going to go well for me.
That's fair. Did you spend your initial points?
I have not.
You might want to do that.
That would be good. Okay, let's see. Let's make poor decisions.
Let's make poor decisions. Just max out cat meals. No.
Exactly. What do I want? I don't know what I want to do.
Where are you at? I hear you. Oh, hey, Thick. Okay. Oh, apparently I had another point already that I hadn't spent. Awkward.
And here you are judging me for things.
I know. Oh, crap. I forgot to get... Okay, I need to go back down and grab some plant fibers. Maybe. Nope. I'm just not going to use an axe. I'm not really that worried about it.
Let's go strength.
I'll have to make one here in a minute.
There. Okay.
Do you have plant fibers on you by any chance?
I does. Do you need some?
Oh, could I have, please?
You may have.
I need to make a new axe. There we go. And then hopefully a shovel too, a shovel.
Why are you making a new axe?
Because I put a point into my 69er and can now make tier 2s.
Ah, well, look at you.
I'm doing the most right now.
Speaking of Mo's.
Is it Mo? Is Mo down here?
Mo
and down here, but
and
he's
Burn Boy.
No longer with us.
He's no longer with us.
He is no longer with us.
That was awful. I don't know why I say these things.
You're like, why did I repeat that?
Feel free to just mute me for your stream. Don't worry about it.
Alright, if we find 762, I have a pipe machine gun.
Oh, sweet sauce.
So, and I'm going to craft a couple of shotguns if we find shotgun shells, because I can craft tier 2s.
Well, look at you just
5 pipe
doing
shotguns. Or pipes? Lead short pipes? What are those things called?
lead
Short iron
pipes. Short iron pipes. Yeah, those. I know what you're talking about. I think. I've never seen somebody in a multiplayer setting hold one of those sledges. It is massive.
It's redonkulous.
I don't usually use sledgehammers.
I don't either. Ooh, we now have we have 2 pipe shotguns or pipe machine guns, and I did just find 7 shotgun shells. So
well, hot diggity.
here. Oh, here I'll repair this, and then if we find ammo, you're gonna want that.
I'm sure I will. Ha! Looks like an MP40.
Yeah, a little bit. Have you seen the pipe weapons yet?
I has.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think you've played in Alpha 20. It's been almost
Oh,
a year
yeah.
now, or a half a year. Ooh, stick of dynamite schematic. I could see that being a problem, but I'm not.
So I can't be
like-
the only person who's like just finished the game already, can I?
What do you mean?
Like I like
get it
the
out there.
yeah, like Alpha 20. Like who are you kidding? Come on, like just
Right. Oh, that poor guy.
there we
Nice.
go. That was satisfying. Oh, I found some scrap chest armor. Sweet.
That's a good one. Scrap armor is a heavier armor, though, so keep that in mind. It'll encumber you unless you have points. Not like encumber, but like it'll slow you down.
Yeah, I'm used to moving slower because I always go heavy armor over speed.
Gotcha.
Why did I just
Yeah.
grab coffee grounds? What's wrong with me?
I don't know. Don't ask me questions. I'm just a guy. I'm just here.
You're just here. Well, you know what?
Yep.
I don't. What are you doing here?
Sometimes I wonder that too.
I'm gonna peep this thing without actually busting open the cabinet. Fear me.
Cabinet? You got it. Oh, excuse me.
Excuse.
Oh, that is your satchel, I think.
Yep, already got it.
Mine was apparently upstairs. I'm gonna go back upstairs.
Oh, there's 2 different ones? What?
Yeah, it gives you different ones for fetch quests.
I did not know this. I never played this thing in multiplayer ever.
Dude,
'Cause-
multiplayer just adds to it so much. It's so fun. And that's true, I think, of a lot of games for me anyway. Like, it's not true for everybody, for sure. Like, some people prefer to just game on their own, but I'm like, well, you do that. I am not that. Okay, so, oh my gosh, it is almost 5 o'clock at night in this game already.
geez.
So basically what we want to do is go turn in this quest
And book
Get
it
our
back to the
reward.
house.
and see if we can buy any 7.62 and shotgun shells. Mostly 7.62 because we do have 2 pipe machine guns.
True that.
And I have 7 shotgun shells. That's all I have for ammo at this point. So I'm going to eat this food that I've gotten, drink some water. I'll spam that button.
Spam it. Spam it.
Spam it.
Spam it.
Needle and thread volume 4. Nope. Yeah, I will. Neither of these are very good, but I'll take the wrench schematic.
I've tried in
and
the
then I'll
past
just go to
joining
the
different
job.
7 days servers, but I never like joining a server when they're far into it already,
Oh, for sure.
because I'm like, I'm never gonna catch up to where you're at. Ever.
Right. How much? We got to figure out our coin situation here so we can try and see how much combined we can do here.
I got 330.
Okay.
I'll just throw them at you. You spend them
Okay.
as wisely
Okay.
as you can.
Okay.
There
I
you
will
go.
be a good steward.
Yes. Amen. Hallelujah.
Yes, we loved. Amen. Hallelujah. Yikes. Okay, so the only thing she's got in the ammo area, is 180 nails, a hunting knife, and a hunting rifle. No ammo though.
180 nails. You'll love to see it.
Yeah. All right. I guess we're crafting shotguns and praying and hoping that the 7 shotgun shells we have work.
This is why I invested in a bow, because
Oh, I just found you a bunch of iron arrowheads on that happy note. Like 25 of them, like a lot of them. That'll help a lot. Okay, I am encumbered by 5, but that's not a big deal. Time is at 6 o'clock. We're still doing good.
Are we though?
With the loot stage, you don't have to worry about days on a server. That's true too. That your loot stage and game stage are way more. One of my chat members, I think, was commenting on your concern of like, crap, I don't want to join like when you're that far in.
Well, for me, it's not as much about the loot stage and stuff like that. It's just that like.
You feel like you're behind.
I feel like I'm behind. Yeah, people have these giant bases and they have like 6 trillion pounds of gear and loot. And like on one hand, I feel like I'm way behind them and I'm not on their level. And on the other hand, I don't like it when they're like, "Oh, here, let me just drop you a bunch of stuff." I'm like, no. I didn't.
No, let me earn this.
Yes, let me work for it. But at the same time, I really don't feel like working for it. So.
Right, there's like a balance there. That was how I
Yeah.
felt. Like I tried to get into World of Warcraft for a while, and I that was part of why I stopped. Is because like, as much as I was super grateful, like everybody was like, "Here, help me help you," and they'd give me like something you would take you years to earn, and I'm like, I as much as I appreciate how kind you're being, it takes part of the game's enjoyment out for me.
Exactly.
Like I'm weird. I like the grind. That's something I really enjoy about games, and
That's why I couldn't get into Destiny 2, because I played Destiny 1 and enjoyed it quite a bit. Got out of it eventually. But I started playing Destiny 2, and there was a bunch of guys who were like, oh, we'll help you. And, like, I'd play through the game with them, and they would be, because they were such a higher level than me, they'd be popping off my bosses with, like, 2 shots. I'm like, this is not fun.
No,
So,
I'm not enjoying this. Yeah, this is not
right.
fun for me. I'm going to throw down a land claim block here so that none of the zombies respawn.
Good call. Good call. I like it.
Okay. Let's see. Make sure that incorporated the garage. It did. Perfect.
What are we going to be trying to do in this house? Like, where are we fighting from?
Oh, let's do the garage. It'll be easier to set up quicker.
Okay. So we're going to try and defend from atop the garage?
No, from inside.
Oh.
So, okay.
What's your
See
thinking?
how this goes. We need to craft, let's see, shotgun, or yeah, pipe shotgun. Oh, I can only craft 1, so I guess I will be wielding that.
I guess so.
And I only have 7 rounds. Here's your arrowheads if you want to craft something with those.
Thanks. 25 iron.
And do you need some feathers? Here, have those.
Oh, for sure, Z's. Thank you, sir. 142 feathers. All right.
Yeah, I had a handful.
You did.
I'm hoping that we can just do. We'll see how this goes.
Also,
try this.
Let's see. Can I? I can cobble this up a little bit, or maybe I can just do what you're doing instead. That might be a little bit less resource intensive.
So then what we do is we hope they come to the store.
Yes, we hope indeed.
And then basically what we can do is we can replace these blocks as we have time over here, like these little panels that are resembling a garage door.
Yes.
But we need to widen up this area just in the event that they do actually come through here. So I'm gonna start destroying the cabinets and stuff over here so that we have room to get in here.
That maketh sense.
Yes. So, and then the other beauty of this is we can actually hop up on that ladder and get out of here if they overrun us.
I got it. I like it.
So
I like it.
If things go absolute sideways, that is the absolute worst case scenario. Is we have to run out that. Okay. Nice. Yep. Good.
There. Just in case.
Upgrade those just a little bit. Just get them at least to wood so that we have a moment to kind of think it through.
Wait, you want to think stuff through? You never told me that at the beginning of this.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. I guess you can't be here anymore. Sorry about that.
No, I gotta go. I'm sorry. I'll check out and let you do your thing. So we're gonna leave this door open. Is that the plan?
Yeah, that's the plan. Because then I think by just having that one there, they'll be much more inclined to just come there.
Okay.
And then we have some lighting in here already, but let's throw some lighting on the outside.
Waterless says, "Tell David I said hello. I'm working, so I had to step away for a minute." So Waterless Access says hello.
Waterless Access, right?
That is him. That is the guy.
That is the man, the myth, the legend.
He is truly a legend.
He is really cool. I like him a lot, actually. And I'm not just saying that because he can hear me. All right, 9:30.
I said it.
It's about time.
All right, I'm gonna get rid of this crap. What else can I have on my person? I'm gonna eat a can of chili because I'm getting ready to starve to death. So let me just get rid of that. Play on Xbox, PC. We're playing on PC, Waterless, because Xbox will have an update coming soonish. Well, sometime.
Yeah, that's what they're talking about. I'm really glad that they're at least acknowledging the console players finally.
Yes,
they've been in their comments for forever.
I know.
Trying to get their attention, and I'm like, dude, I understand that you don't have much good news, but at least tell them you're still thinking about them. My goodness.
I know. Well, now that they finally said they're updating it, if they update it and actually make it the same game and finalize everything, I will switch back to Xbox so I can actually go into massive POIs.
That's fair. Now, we'll probably hear them beating on the walls outside, if I had to imagine. Because they're going to have to break through those.
Yeah, most likely.
But if we stand over here, let's see if they do it. Yes! Beautiful. Uh-oh.
Dang it.
Oh, I thought I might have spoken too soon. Don't you start beating on the walls.
Come on, zombies.
Do you have any cobblestone? Behind you.
Oh, ow. I do have cobblestone rocks. Do you want them?
Yeah, when you have a second, because I'm going to upgrade the second layer of our walls because they are trying to hit them.
There you go.
Got him. Okay, they're hitting there.
Oh, they smack them behind us? Those turds. Just come through the door.
Right.
Come through the door like a normal zombie. Here, you know what? Let's attract their attention. See if
I
their
think it's
AI
just that one.
says, "Is he like
I don't
our
think
last
we-
zombie?"
Yep. Like I said, horde every night, not quite as intense as you might think. So
Yeah,
now
it's
we have time to work on our base, though. So
We
I
do.
just started crafting some cobblestone rocks in my inventory with the stone I had left over. Do you have any extra stone by chance?
A few, yeah. I got 17.
All right, we won't worry about that too much. Hang on to those for your repairs and stuff.
Yeah, I was
Um,
gonna say I might need them.
I'm gonna venture out and go smacking at some stone and picking up little rocks as I can
Good plan.
along the way. That way we can, if we can get everything upgraded on that second level to cobblestone rocks, it will discourage them from hitting the sides of the building.
Makes sense.
Go from there.
I like it. We want to discourage these zombies. We lift up brothers and sisters in Christ. We discourage zombies.
Correct. Red Guardian will be in What If Season 2. I'm not sure I know who Red Guardian is, but that's
Did you see
I'm
Black
assuming
Widow?
Then yeah, I did.
Red Guardian was the guy who was like her pretend dad, and then he's like the Russian Captain America.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. That'll be cool to have him in the mix for What If Season 2. Did you ever watch What If?
No, I saw the first episode and I never got past that.
Gotcha. That's fair.
You should download it waterless. I mean, when they upgrade it. Like, it's not a great game on Xbox right now, but when they fix it, it will be.
Okay, I've got our door upgraded a little bit more. All right, and oh man, I just got a lot more stone. That's awesome. It got really good after the first episode. It did. What If actually got really good. I would agree with that. It was. My sister-in-law is super into Marvel.
Okay.
So whenever the new Marvel stuff comes out, usually both my sisters-in-law will come over and we'll do like a movie night here with my sisters-in-law, my wife. I have to be careful with that one. And then and usually my son's asleep by then because Marvel's still a little much for him, I think.
Yeah. How old is he?
At 2. Yeah, at 2.
Oh, 2, yeah.
He's still a little early.
Just a bit.
But yeah, we have gotten into Star Wars: The Clone Wars, and he is having the time of his life.
That's cool.
So, yeah, we love.
I never saw the Clone Wars.
Clone Wars is awesome.
I need to watch it.
Cool.
You don't know any water by any chance, do you? Or just anything to drink?
Negative. Let's see if we have a water source nearby. We do up to the north. So when it turns 4, we'll go right up there and fill up some jars that I have.
Okay, I'm gonna try not to die of thirst before then.
One of my community members, Tiger Ace Ray, said, honestly, probably my favorite Marvel project. I really had no expectations for it, but it turned out really good.
That's cool.
Yeah, there's only one Marvel thing that I've just been incredibly disappointed with in the last little while, and it was the new Thor movie.
Oh, I haven't seen it yet. No spoilers.
It was atrocious. I won't spoil it. I won't be that guy. All I'm going to say is it may not even be worth going to see.
Ugh. See,
It was...
The best thing about the trailers so far was the fact that Christian Bale looks, just from the trailers, he looks like he gives a decent performance. So I'm like, all right, I don't want to see that. But the rest of it, I'm like, I don't know that I care about this movie.
Yeah, there's... I can say these things without spoiling it. The Disney agenda has bled its way into Marvel.
I heard there was quite a bit of that, yes.
Oh, an absurd amount. Like, not even just like, they aren't even trying to hide it anymore. This is very much an in-your-face, this is how it is now. If you don't like it, pack sand. And, and it's also a lot, I think that was largely influenced by the director of the movie, too.
Who's the director?
I always forget how you say his name, but he's the guy that plays Porg, something like that. The Australian rock-covered dude.
Korg? Oh, is that Taika Waititi? That dude?
Yeah, that.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, he did
What did Will
Ragnarok
say
too,
his name?
didn't he?
Yep. But that's the thing. Ragnarok was good, in my opinion.
Yeah, it was. Ragnarok was great.
I loved Ragnarok. I think they pulled together Thor's sense of humor super well.
Yeah.
I think they did a really good job with that. But then they took that kind of humor and tried to dial it to 30, and it just didn't work. It just didn't
really?
work. Yeah.
I thought it was a perfect level in Ragnarok.
Oh, it was great in Ragnarok. My favorite scene is at the very beginning. And guys, if you haven't seen Ragnarok at this point, it's not spoilers. It's your fault.
Right. It's old
I'm
enough.
just calling you out. Right at the beginning when he's fighting, I always forget the guy's name, but like the dude with the devil horns.
Oh, yeah.
And he's hanging from there and it starts twisting.
Yes. That was funny.
Just hold on, just a minute. I swear I'm not doing this on purpose.
That was so funny.
Good. Wait, he directed a lot of The Mandalorian too? Really?
Oh, yeah,
The
he did.
Mandalorian was incredible. What did he do wrong here? Like he royally screwed up Love and Thunder, as far as I'm concerned. And maybe I'm just mean, and I could be nicer. I don't know.
It could have to do with sometimes the director his style could be influenced by modern pushes, as well as the studio or Disney says, like, this is the direction we're going with the movie. Like, you have a lot of creative license. Yeah, like, you do have creative license with different things, but this will be in the film. Like, here's the script. Do this. It's like, okay, well, I don't like this, but I guess I'm doing it anyway.
Yeah, I guess here we are, yeah.
Because it would be odd for him to do so well in other projects and then for him to be the reason that Love and Thunder was the way that it was. Yeah, I wouldn't expect that.
Well, you know what's crazy? So normally there's a drop-off in the second weekend of a film, right? As far as box office stuff, there's always a drop-off because it makes sense. Not most people don't go see a movie twice in a theater within a 2-week time frame. That's just not
unless it's Spider-Man.
Yeah, right. But like, I want to say it was like normal statistic is like you'll see a 30 to 40% drop-off. There was a 68% drop-off.
Whoa, that's a lot.
It was bad. Like they really messed it up, and that breaks my heart because Thor is actually my second favorite Marvel character from the I guess what's called Gen 1 now.
Gen 1, that's weird.
Yeah, because now Gen 2 of Marvel is out, so you have like your Miss Marvel and all that stuff.
I haven't seen that show yet either.
I haven't either. I'm not sure if they could live up to the hype of the first gen stuff. I like Cap, Thor, and Iron Man landing in a scene will always be better to me, and I just don't know that I'll ever be able to adjust to anything else.
Right. It was. I mean, it is hard to match up to what we're used to, and I think that the other thing too. I think they have two things wrong. So number one, like you're taking. People knew. Most people had at least a functioning knowledge of the original bunch that we all fell in love with in these movies. And then but they've gotten down to the characters now that are like a little more niche. Not all of them, but a lot of them are just, they're not as well known or well loved, and they're like, no, you're gonna watch these, and we're like, see, I don't think I'm gonna though.
Right.
I think I'm good. Plus now you combine that with shoving agendas in my face. I'm like, I really just don't have interest. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't make me like it.
Yeah, you can't make me. I won't do what you tell me.
Right.
I'm gonna put my bedroll down. It just occurred to me I haven't done that yet.
I have not done that either.
Stick that here in the corner here. By the way, you can get a new color for your bedroll if you didn't know that.
I did know that, and it's beautiful.
I'm so happy about that. Yeah.
I'm trying to unencumber myself so I can cross this gap.
Miss Marvel ended up getting pretty good around episode 4 after they didn't have to character build anymore because most people don't really have any idea who she is.
Yeah.
So for the MCU, they had to do some character building, which
right.
I mean that I guess people get so caught up in that now. Like that never was an issue until recently. Like, oh my gosh, this character building's taking forever. I'd never heard that growing up, and then all of a sudden we care about that. I'm like, what?
Right.
Why?
Well, I
character
think
building is an important part of the story. If you don't have the character in mind, why? That just doesn't make sense.
Well,
make it make sense, Josh.
Make it make sense. Sometimes it matters, but I think that sometimes people go too long with it. Like when you get
that's true.
When like George R.R. Martin takes like 3 pages to describe wagon, you're like, all right, stop it.
That's enough out of you.
Right. Like
go back to bed.
Yeah. Like you need to develop some things. You need to see, like the opposite effect of that would be Eternals. I actually didn't think overall as a movie, I didn't think Eternals was that bad. The problem that I had was it was they shoved 8 new characters at me and like, here, quickly, care about all of them. I'm like, I don't think I do. Because they didn't.
Like, I want to, but I am so confused.
Right, and they tried to develop all 8 of them, but it was just too many for me to give a rip about. And by the time I got done with the movie, the only character I liked was the one who turned out to be the bad guy, and I was like, well, shoot. So
you're like, this did not go like I thought it was.
No, yeah. So like it was, they had too much character building to do, and they didn't do it right. But then you have other times where, I felt like. In Shang-Chi, I didn't think there was enough character building. I didn't care about his journey by the time it was over.
Yep.
Like
Agreed. That movie was had so much potential, but I think they just threw it out the window.
I think so too. I think it was neat. It was different. It was kind of cool that it was basically a Marvel kung fu movie, which was interesting.
Right.
But at the same time, they did not make me care about any of these people by the time it was over.
Correct.
So I think there's a balance. You can't do too much because you just bore people, but you also can't not do it.
Right, you can't just not do it altogether.
Right.
Hey, did you get another trader job? If you didn't, it's okay.
I did not. I've been looking for water.
I will share mine with you because I grabbed it.
Okay.
So we'll go like that. Go here. Go share, and it's just pretty much right down the road from us. Now, well, not necessarily before. Maybe before. I'm trying to decide if I want to go get water now or later. I think we should. Well, no. Let's get to That's where okay. Let's get a complete thought out, David.
I'm like, where are we going?
Let's get a full and complete sentence out today, please.
Please. Please.
Basically, what I'm thinking is, let's go do this POI, and then after that's done, we can grab all of the jars that we have and go fill them up with murky water.
Okay. I need to go drop my stuff off because I'm encumbered, and I'm like, I was just looting a POI all night looking for water, and I found some, but I'm now a very.
If you want, you can actually throw some of your inventory into mine, and that way we can take advantage of the fact that we're already over here.
Okay.
How hungry are you in game?
Not too bad. I might.
Okay.
Are you thirsty?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Well, there's a pickaxe in there that I don't have room for. I don't have room for this either. Wait, why do I not? Oh, grilled. Wait.
I got you. I picked it up.
Okay.
If you want to drop some things, I can pick some stuff up.
Paper.
And then, okay, cool. There's your food.
Muchas gracias, senor.
You're welcome. I don't know if we need paper, but
I don't know either.
Shotgun shells.
Yeah, I guess if you're going to be crafting those, that would be a good idea.
We have to have a workbench for that. Throwing out the paper.
No.
We probably aren't going to get that.
What house did we commandeer? I didn't mark it, and now I don't know where I'm at.
Oh, it is
this one.
Did you find it?
Probably not.
No, you did not. Okay, go west.
West. Oh, I'm not going the right way.
I'm gonna go. Let's see. Base, and then I can share that with you.
Gracias.
There you go.
Thank
That'll
you.
help you.
Share the
And
marker.
then you just have to go to your map, accept it, and then it should show up on your map.
Base.
And we'll start messing around and looting this place over here.
Okay.
But just like that first time, I won't trigger it without you. But well, I'll read the spear book, even though I'm literally never gonna pick up a spear.
Hey, the last thing I want to do tonight is be triggered. Okay.
What's that?
I said the last thing I want to do tonight is be triggered.
Right. Dude, the spears are so bad in vanilla, but in that Undead Legacy overhaul I've been playing, holy crap, the spears are underrated.
Are they?
Like oh my gosh, they did a great overhaul.
I'm always afraid to try these modded versions.
You trying to say one more time? I'm sorry, I missed what you said.
I was saying I'm always afraid to try these modded versions because I always just like the regular game, and I'm like, I don't want to break it.
I'm the same way, but I've been watching a creator I really like play it, and oh man, as much as it's a complete overhaul, it's so well done.
Is it?
Like instead of having whatever, like 4 workstations, you have 9. Because they all basically divide up the stuff you would normally do in 4.
Oh wow, that's
so there's
interesting.
There's a lot more of a grind to it for sure, but I would say it's probably one of my favorites.
I'll have to give it a shot. What in the world happened to OBS?
Everything okay?
The stream looks fine, but like my window over here. What? Okay, it's just. Okay, it didn't actually affect anything. It just looked like it was going to for a second.
You're just freaking out.
Yeah, everything's squished into like a phone parameters. And I was like, this is odd.
Weird.
Yeah.
Okay. And like I said, I'm just over here looting. Whenever you can head this way, sooner the better. We can get the extra coin, start stockpiling as much as we can. Maybe we'll be able to buy some either better weapons or like some materials to upgrade the base or something, because we already know we aren't going to get like ammo or anything because trader restock isn't until day 4. Well, I guess we will, because we'll hit day 4. The 4th horde will be what we finish up on. So yeah, definitely stockpile in case she ends up stocking up on ammo.
You got it, man. Okay, I have emptied my inventory. I now feel like an absolute jackrabbit, and I'm coming. Shoot, I got rid of my arrows. What an idiot.
Yeah, you might need those.
Yeah, I guess so.
Those are kind of important. Only kind of.
Only kind of. Not super, but kind of. Where did I put them? There they are. Okay.
Fortunately, this POI has a lot of cobblestone rocks in the first couple of levels, so I'm digging all those up right now. And that way, when we reset it, I'll be able to dig them up again, and we'll get a bunch of cobblestone rocks.
Genius.
It also
Absolute
has a bunch of stone pallets, and those give you like 50 stone per pallet. It's ridiculous.
Ooh, I like.
And it only takes 4 swings for me with that pickaxe left for me.
Sorry, when I get attacked, I start screeching like an ape.
Oh, you're good. What did you get attacked by?
A running zombie with glowy eyes. Stop it.
Oh, feral.
Yep.
How are we getting ferals already? What?
I don't know.
We
He
get
just-
5 zombies for Horde Night, but no, that's feral.
Here you go. They felt bad about chipping us on our
Right,
first horde.
they're like, sorry about your Horde Night experience, but here.
I did
Clench your
a.
cheeks. I hope you survive.
I was recording a YouTube series that was going to be horde every night, and I had to be on the move all the time. I'm here, by the way, and my very first horde had 0 zombies, even though I had it set to whatever the max is. I was like,
wow.
Weird. So it kind of made for a kind of a lousy YouTube video. It's like, this ain't gonna work.
That's not what you want. Okay.
No, it's not.
Carry on.
Carry on, my wayward son.
Yes. There will be peace when you're done.
Will there? Because I feel like in the apocalypse, that's not actually true.
It's actually a good point.
I hear nasties. What? Sure, I wanted that arrow to go right through your noggin.
Oh, okay,
Just-
okay.
Just beat him.
Just to be sure.
kidding.
Double
Just
tap.
kidding. We don't beat dead horses, but we do beat dead zombies. Why the heck not? Might as well, right?
Right.
I mean, hey, they got back up from the dead once. Who's to say it won't
Right, you
happen
never
again?
know.
Hey, bud, you tripped and fell there. Huzzah!
Took a little spill there.
Yep. Oh, and he had a friend. Don't you hit me while you're getting up. That's not okay. You have to stand up completely first, then you gotta, like, stand there for a second.
Do you have first aid?
It does.
Okay, good. I was like, I can give you one if not. Your health is alarmingly low.
I just realized I wasn't paying attention. This is gonna go so well. Oh, I found a hammer and some gas.
Nice. That's actually what I found in that exact same box.
It's like magic.
Do 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 do.
Boo doo 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 doo. Doop scoop boo doop boop. Boo doop doop.
Neither of us should quit our day jobs.
We truly should not. I like my day job too much to quit it. They're
Fair.
gonna have to fire me to get me out of there. Although, don't misunderstand this for any kind of dare.
Yeah, don't. If anybody's watching from where I work,
Yes.
don't do that.
Yes, Pastor, if you're watching, please no.
Plus, no.
Plus,
My job.
plus, I do like much, many much like
Digging up this cobblestone rock set over here.
jumping into the bathroom. Oh heck, I fell. I tried to jump in the bathroom, but you know, sometimes things work, and sometimes you go in the bathroom and you're like, that didn't come out the way I wanted it to. Good night, everybody.
You're like, and on that note, I'm out. See you later. It was great knowing you.
Oh, that's getting saved for a YouTube short. Oh gosh. So like, YouTube shorts have been going pretty well for me lately, and actually I'm not on TikTok. I refuse to be on TikTok, and I just recently got on Instagram, and I will share the same short/reel on YouTube, Instagram, Hover, and occasionally I'll throw it on Twitter too. And like, it's been going super well on Instagram, like surprisingly.
Yeah, Instagram I think is for as far as short form goes, it is where all the gamers reside.
Seems
some
to
reason,
be.
TikTok doesn't seem to be the place for that, and I'm on it. So, and I do the same thing you're talking about, where I syndicate the same exact short form piece of content. I have different calls to action, so I actually render a different video file. But other than that, yeah, it's exactly the same content. So,
Oh, I fell again. Dang nabbit. I hate this place.
I hate it here.
I truly do.
Hi, Mo.
Tell Mo that Curly says hi.
Huh?
I said tell Mo that Curly says hi.
Nice.
No, it's not. Don't patronize me. That was a terrible joke, and you know it.
Yeah, it was. It was bad. One of my chat members goes, "Am I even following you on Instagram?"
Should be.
The nervous laugh as I check.
He should be. Is he really a follower of your community if he doesn't?
Ooh.
I'm following you on Instagram.
Oh, did you get the satchel for you already?
I did, yes.
Cool.
It's time to leave.
I'm headed back.
I'm going to try not to fall down and break a leg.
Yeah, that's probably good.
It's only good in show business.
Right.
Although,
I don't have any clay.
if you are for any reason in one of those shows where you're either the front or the back end of a horse, do not break a leg.
Oh, yeah.
Because you know what they do to horses with broken legs.
They kill them, don't they?
Correct.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure. I'm not an expert here, but I'm pretty sure they don't get to live anymore.
No, they go pew pew, Black Beauty. Ow, ow.
Hey, I have some advanced muffled connectors for your heavy armor.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, here for you.
That's adorable.
There you go.
Thanks, man.
This next thing I'm dropping is just plant fibers. Okay.
Oh, okay.
It's actually just one plant fiber, singular. That's why I dropped
Plant
it.
fiber. So I gotta say, this me joining your multiplayer world is certainly working out a lot better than when you joined that world that I made. That was awful.
It's going mildly better, yes.
And I put so much work into that, and I was so sad that it was going so poorly.
It was really sick though. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it was really cool.
If they end up like balancing out the stability issues with this game, I would do it again. But with all the trouble that I have going into large POIs, I would not build another place like that with the game in its current state. Plus,
it's like a mega city.
Yeah, and plus from Alpha 20 to 21, everything that I build could just break in half anyway, so.
Yeah, most likely would. Yep.
I want that rock. Give me that rock.
I want it.
Give me the rock. Forge schematic. What's she offering you? Same stuff?
A couple of books.
I got forge schematic or 60 shotgun shells. Which would you rather have?
Forge schematic.
Yeah?
Gotta be the forge schematic. Even though the ammo is kind of nice, it's not necessary. Buy a couple of skull crushers from in here, buy the food. And then let's grab... I'm gonna go up north. Oh, are you using clubs?
For now. Just out of necessity, yeah. What you got?
Read that book.
Hey, batter up.
I'm using sledges, so that won't do me any good. I'm gonna run up north here, fill up these jars, and then come straight back.
Hey, you do that. I'm gonna go back and make sure that, you know, the place is clean for the horde.
Yeah, I think I have 861 cobblestone rocks. So
Ooh.
we are going to be in much better shape in that regard, and I think that'll force them over to the door, because basically what they're looking for is the path of least resistance. So if all the blocks are cobblestone, they'll be much more inclined to go around those and go to the door.
That makes sense.
I think, anyway.
That checks out.
And I've had that. I've done that before, and basically, if you only upgrade the blocks they can hit, especially, they're way more inclined to go to the door, because it's just, oh, that hatch, that's nothing, and then you have the chance of hitting them and not getting it. This chicken is jumping.
How
you
dare
just jumped over my sledgehammer twice.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
That is a skilled chicken.
Chicken was next level.
Heckin' chickens.
Okay,
Chickens and their jumpage.
right?
Sit down, Zambi.
It's like Bambi, but not.
The zombie's got his legs stuck in the door and his butt's up against the door, and so because his leg is stuck in it, he's kind of just twerking.
That's inappropriate.
It's kind of unsettling to look at. My wife says it's unsettling to walk in on that conversation. Don't mind me, I'm just watching a zombie twerk.
Nothing to be seen here, dear. Nothing to be concerned with at all.
Nothing at all. Oh, I think I'm gonna have to have a talk with her after I'm done.
You're gonna be sitting down later going, now, dear, I know our couch is comfortable, but I would like to sleep in the bed tonight.
Correct. Oh, thunder has started. That's beautiful.
And I am actually on my way back, and I'm almost there, so.
Okay, I'm gonna build a handy dandy little. Oh well, if I'm gonna do that, I better go grab some stone. I was gonna say I'm gonna build a campfire, but I just used all my rocks.
Well,
so,
you know we have a campfire, right?
We do.
Yeah, it's in the corner of the building.
Where?
And it's even already got a cooking pot and a cooking grill I found.
That's wonderful. And you put
And
some
I've
coal
got
on it.
Yep, I've got some points into Master Chef as well. So
I'm gonna take the coal off because there's 623 wood, and I just don't feel like using coal for that.
that's fair. One of my community members who just got here goes, I come back from an ad, and all I hear is I just saw a zombie twerk.
Oh man. Well, if this stream ever was family friendly, it certainly isn't now.
Not anymore. Oh, sorry. Come on in.
So now you're just not gonna let me into our house?
No, it's my house now.
Your house. Listen, my name's on the mortgage just as much as yours, so that's just not fair.
Oh my gosh. Chat said it's zombie fans now.
Oh no. And it's time to be done for the night. Gotta log
a little
off.
bit of this food that I grabbed, but how are you doing food-wise?
Getting hungies.
Okay. Here, I'm gonna give you these 2 cans of food, and then I'm gonna cook the meat that I've got.
Thanks. Can of sham, can of soup. You are a gentleman and a scholar, or at the very least one of those.
At least one of those things.
Yes.
Fair enough.
The question is, are you nice or are you smart?
It depends on the day.
If you're smart and not nice, that makes you Gregory House.
Going through here and just cleaning up some of the inventory. Oh, we got some clay. I need the cobblestone rocks, the stone. Let's go ahead and craft a bunch more of those cobblestone rocks. We're gonna need a ton of them.
I wonder if it wouldn't make sense to also put, maybe not now, I don't know if we got time now, but like should we work up to putting wood spikes around the outside and then just leave the door open? So that'll further encourage them to come here.
Oh, that may not be a bad idea.
I forgot to change my bedroll color.
Okay.
I gotta do that, that's
blood
important.
bags, by the way, are virtually useless.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's great.
They don't make medkits anymore?
What's that?
They don't still make medkits anymore?
They do, but the amount of stuff we have to do to get to the point where we can make medkits would take quite a bit.
Yeah, alright. Well, you used to be able to eat the blood kits, and I always felt like a vampire when I did that.
Gosh, yeah, I can see why. It's only moderately horrifying. Okay.
Hey,
So,
it's the apocalypse. You do weird
If
things.
you use any melee tonight, there's... Oh, I was going to give you a candy. I was trying to give you a sweet.
Hey, bud. What's up? Can you give me sweets? Sweets for the sweet.
There you go.
Maybe I'll
Skull
stand on
crusher.
top. Actually, now that I think about it, it's like we can't both fit in that door anyway. Maybe I'll stand on top of the garage and just shoot arrows down at them. That might be my better fare. Oh, you know what? Not even on top of the garage. I'll stand up on this thing. Never mind. Let me give your skull crushers back, and I'm going to try and get up there before it actually turns into a horde so I can fall down 3 times first.
Okay,
There.
don't do that because I'm about to put some traps out there.
Okay. I am up here. I am perched. And I am ready to slay Queen.
I don't know if that's the phrase that you should use
I
here.
don't think it is.
I think that may have been really not good. Okay, apparently...
We'll leave the royalty reference off the end then. I'm just ready to slay.
Nice. Somebody in my community said, ask your big mans. Apparently you're the big mans. What would you do in a zombie apocalypse?
Fight, live, win.
Yeah, there we go. Let's take
I would
that
go
there.
out on the water in a zombie apocalypse. Why more people don't do that in the movies, I don't know.
I don't know either. Okay, we've got some spikes there, so be very careful. And I'll have to... Oh, we've got one more spike. May as well put that out there. Hey, door, please let me out.
Please, door, please.
Please. Okay.
Can I has out, please? I'm walking on the wire. Shoo-doo-be-wah-doo-be-wah-doo-be-wah. Oh, whoop, whoop. That's an actual song, believe it or not.
Was it really?
Yep. Shoo-doo-be-wah-doo-be-wah-doo-be-wah. Oh, whoop, whoop. I knew the guy that wrote it, unfortunately.
Oh, no.
It was an interesting time in my life.
I was building my testimony in that season.
Exactly. I needed a good horror
Christian lingo
story.
for I screwed up.
No, it was during our time where we were traveling, and it was just weird.
That's fair.
Like there was a time where we would sing like with everybody, talent not required, which is good because we didn't have any either. What? Why didn't that work? What? Where's she going?
Where are you at?
I'm on the
Are you
telephone
on
wire
the
above
building
you.
Still?
Yes.
Oh, are you on the telephone wire?
Yes. Is that
That's why you have to be on the building.
okay?
Because they're trying to get up to you.
Okay. Let me climb up
I'm
here
wondering
then.
why they were so confused. I'm like, where are they all going? Some
Yeah,
of them
they
beat
seemed
on the building a bit too, which is weird.
troubled.
Oh, hey, a loot bag.
Dang it! I missed. Oh no!
Come on in.
Oh, what the heck was that? What just? Oh, did the car explode?
Oh, I think so.
I forgot about that. I tried to get over the edge.
Tonight.
Yeah, definitely. They
Okay,
definitely.
I'm going up top here, and I'm gonna try and clear out these zombies that are shooting at the sides, or smacking at the sides.
Sit down, son.
Oh,
Did you fall?
may or may not have done.
I just saw you
what
run
you are
past the door.
This zombie is just pushing the
No,
car.
no, just no. Oh my gosh!
Okay.
So much fell apart all at once right there.
Okay, Skull Crusher. So that way I can stop having to power swing, maybe. The stream has gone downhill. Yeah, it really
It
is.
sure has.
If you forget the S or the H in that word, it turns into a very different word. This is what I've learned
does.
today, guys.
It really does. You're getting attacked. I find it hilarious when I just see you run past the door. You just like,
Just me crying. Okay, let me in.
oh crap! I thought it was over. I thought it was over. Nah!
Oh, crap.
I thought it was over.
I have a deep laceration this morning. Okay.
You handle
Let's see what we
that.
got here. Okay,
Oh.
deep laceration we can take care of. We're gonna need probably this mineral water.
Oh, she made it in. Sit down, lady.
Gotcha.
Jeepers, my creepers.
Oh, not over. Come back in. At least it didn't seem like it was.
No?
At least I heard. Oh, I heard one other zombie. I think I just panicked.
He's beating on something, isn't he?
I think so. Yeah, he's just caught up on something. Listen,
buddy.
chat. I struggle to talk. Tomorrow's headlines: Christian streamer turns out to be a major necrophiliac.
Whoa.
Oh my god.
No.
Yikes! Guys.
That got a lot worse.
It's getting worse.
Make it stop.
Oh, I have a gift for you that has nothing to do with what we've been talking about.
Oh crap.
Gotcha.
Thanks.
He's dead.
I didn't realize my club
Here,
was
come
broken.
Grab your gifts.
You have gifts for me. Ooh, shanks. I should have been using those. I was using stone arrows this whole time.
Oh yeah, come here. There it is. Okay.
There it is. You have yeeted him into next week.
Yes.
All right. To quote SpongeBob, now that my horrific incident of terror is over.
Make sure you spend your skill points too.
I keep forgetting about those. All right, skill points. I have 7 of them. Since I'm leaning into bows, I might as well go ahead and put some points into that, I guess. If I can remember where those even are. Where are the...
They're in the agility skill tree. Oh, that's right. I have a sprained leg. Oh, I have an infection too. Are you infected or no?
I am not, actually.
Good. Then I will take our herbal antibiotics so that I have that problem gone.
You should do
now
that.
I just have to stop walking or stop running.
Stop what? Don't
so
stop walking.
It's to stop walking. Yeah, the car definitely blew up. There are holes in the ground.
I saw that.
I came out when that zombie was pushing the pieces of the car around too. It was awesome. Okay, I'm gonna go over to the clear the area quest that I have, but I should share it with you first. Here.
You should. That would be good. Agility level 5. What? What a ripoff.
There's a first aid kit in the storage on the left.
Is there? Oh, goody
yeah,
but
I think
goodieson.
you should grab that.
I did grab that. That is a good thing for me to have. All right,
I found some 9mm, but I am not crafting the pipe pistol. Those things are horrendous.
I'm gonna
That's
craft
like
one just to have.
Huh?
I'm gonna craft one just because, like, I need something. It's better than
bow.
Yes, it's better. Let's see,
That's
don't
fair.
pistol or oh no, the machine gun I've already got. Plus it takes 7.62. So, glue. I needs glue. I has glue.
My wife made tikka masala tonight for dinner.
Don't swear at me.
I'm sorry.
What is that? I've never heard of it.
Oh, really? It's a Indian dish.
Oh,
Super good. The last time I had it though, I enjoyed it. My body, however, did not. It had a Taco Bell effect, and
where did you
and
go?
Fortunately, that does not seem to have been the case because I finished eating it right before stream. So we were about to take a crash course to find out.
Could have been a real
tikka
crash
masala.
course.
Tikka masala. I always forget how to say it, but that's what we had. Awesome.
Where'd you go?
To the shared quest.
I see no shared quest.
Well, maybe you should accept it.
There's nothing to accept. I have nothing to accept.
What?
Yep, that's not there. Did you not share it?
Shared it again.
Still not there.
What? Do you have a quest right now?
I do not. I have.
You do not?
No. There's a exclamation point that's gray that I can see on my compass.
Okay, so go over to your quests again, and there's nothing in the shared quest at the bottom.
No.
That you can accept.
No. Wait, hold on. I'm looking at waypoints. I'm 5-heading it real hard.
There we go. Oh, wait. Did you accept it?
I did, yes. Just
Okay,
before
good.
you did that.
I was like, crap, wait. I didn't think to wait. Okay.
Oop.
Okay, I have to jump here, so just accept that.
Just accept it.
Yeah, jumping and stuff is not a thing that I should be doing.
It's not a thing that I like to do in real life. Jumping or running, none of that kind of stuff is something that I enjoy. Run, Forrest,
bunch of
run.
cobblestone rocks from this place, too.
Do it. Do it. Release your anger. Strike me down.
Nice. He was too dangerous to be kept alive.
It always baffles me to think about how the same dude has always played Emperor Palpatine in the movies.
Pretty crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. Like, I keep thinking that the original one was a different dude, and then I look it up and I'm like, no, it was just always him.
Yeah, they just did really great makeup on him.
Yep.
Yeah, awesome. Definitely recommend it. If you have, make the tikka masala. I always want to say marsala, like there's an R in that word.
Marsupial. Tikka marsupial. Found an engine. I don't know if we need that or not.
It could be helpful, yeah. Did you already craft your pipe pistol?
I did.
Here.
I has it on me.
These.
Shanks.
It's like 23 of them I found.
Yes.
Hanging on to them in case I found like a regular pistol, but
That'll kill like 2/3 of a zombie.
right. Or it'll just anger a wizard. Skinny Pete's so skinny that no.
Hmm?
Did you watch Glock 9? I can't remember if you watch him or not.
I rarely. I don't watch a ton of YouTube.
That's fair. I watch him a lot, actually. And that's one of the things he'll make jokes about that particular zombie, and he calls him Skinny Pete.
Skinny Pete.
He'll go, Skinny Pete's so skinny that the rain doesn't even touch him, right? Like,
That's a skinny zombie. If I do watch YouTube for a 7 Days creator, it's usually him.
yeah, it's fair.
And he's the only one.
Oof.
Kidding.
I will.
I thought you were going to say, I will remember you. And I was like, where's he going with this? Is he threatening me?
Just coming behind you with my shotgun in hand. I will remember you.
There's a horde outside, and I feel like fighting them.
Wait, like a wandering horde?
Yes, sir. They're killing my frame rate.
Yeah, I feel that too.
See, that just, in my opinion, that just shouldn't happen.
Yeah, that's one of my biggest pet peeves with this game. Oh.
Oh my goodness. The building is breaking.
breaking.
Oh crap.
Not only am I losing frames, so is the floor.
That was funny.
Thank you. I have my moments.
I gotta switch to the other arrows. It's hard to shoot
Good position to take.
a bow at guys when you don't have more than 7 frames a second.
Yeah, that's true. Well, it's like a box with the sauce and seasoning, so we just need to remember to buy meat for it when we aren't poor from construction.
Poor.
I feel that. Yeah, one of my community members has been like, they started a very low level remodel and then it turned into a nightmare.
Oh, I hate when that happens.
They have an older place they're living and they just found a whole bunch of stuff that wasn't done to modern code. At the time, it was probably done to code, but
At the time.
yeah, but it is now not that time.
Correct.
Himo pile. Hey, more 9mm for you. Here, grab that.
Yes! I shall take.
What are both of the streamers' thoughts on the Stray game? I don't know.
I haven't
anything about
played
so I
it.
couldn't tell you.
It looks boring as heck, but I haven't played it.
So the wood crate has more 9mm and a archery book in it.
Sweet. I shall take both. Muchas gracias, senor. I found a sledgehammer book. You should probably read that.
Oh, if you do, yeah. Ooh, can you put that on a? Can I put that on a shotgun? Here, more 9mm.
Thanks. There we go, 9mm.
Still have not found much shotgun ammo.
Yeah, it's been pretty scarce. I kind of regret not taking the 60 shotgun shells that the trader offered me.
Well, yeah, but the problem is, so having the forge will be way more helpful long term. So, and that means that neither of us have to put a point into intellect and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
True. Can I just dig out of here?
You can. That's actually the way you're supposed to get out.
Oh, ooh, we're getting overrun down here. Watch out.
Oh, are we?
Yep.
Oh, hey, they made it in.
Reloading. I panicked just a teeny bit for a second there. I turned around coming out of that tunnel and I saw all these guys. I was like, oh no.
You're like, oh no, 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 I don't want to die.
We gonna get killed. How do I make a souffle? I need materials for a souffle. Stone souffle. What do we need? Fibers. I need plant fibers. There's a cow farm. Don't have cows outside.
I have dug us out.
Oh, hey, thanks, man.
Yeah.
You're officially a
Hey,
scholar.
Zambies. We're over here. Oh, there's one right there. Oh, hello, Arlene. Steve.
Oop. He leaves Blue's Clues, and look what happens.
Nice. I didn't catch that for a second. I was like, oh.
Yup. It was a dumb joke. If you were expecting high-level humor, you have tuned into the wrong stream, my friends.
We just gotta let her.
Oh, he leaned right into that.
All right, I got 3 minutes and 15 seconds until my sprain is healed, so try
Good.
not to run anymore.
Okay, so I'm just gonna be like going. Come on, come
Couple
on,
more
come on,
zombies
come on.
over there. Nice shot. I'll get him.
He's holding my arrow for me right in the top of his scalp.
I don't know if that's good for him.
I don't think it is. Good for me.
Oh yeah.
Not so much for him.
All right, I got 4 points into strength now. Doing pretty good.
Do I have any points to spend? I does. I has 2.
Good.
Let's go into archery.
Well, we tune into David twice a week. We're used to low-level humor. Okay.
Oh.
Oh. No, low-level humor would be coming from my wife because she's
So-
fun too. So it's low-level humor. She got
Okay. My next question. My next question for your chat is: which did they get used to first, low-level humor or content? I say to my one
Yes,
viewer.
yeah, you are. And you just have to tell them that you're fine. You're not really fine, and you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
That's funny.
Okay, we have another first aid kit on a more positive note.
Yay! I like positive notes.
Yeah, they are a good thing, I think.
Oh, excuse me.
Got a
I'm
minute and
yawning.
53, and then I can continue to run. That would be
All
nice.
right. Well, I'm gonna run back here and talk to this trader lady anyway without you because
Yeah,
reasons.
I'm going over there. Yeah, because reasons.
Because I'm not a patient person.
I get that. Totally get that.
So either that tree was not a zombie or it shapeshifted, and I'm very scared.
Good job.
Zombie just.
Molotov.
So good.
I got some mollies.
Antibiotics for that.
You know what's weird? So I think you actually found my photography account
Yep.
before I told you about it.
Yep.
And I'm assuming it was like, hey, people. Yeah, it was probably like a recommended because you followed my gaming account and
Correct.
Instagram recognizes that. But it's interesting to me how quickly that photography Instagram is growing.
Really?
Because I'm not doing any. I think I did one plug on my live stream one time, and I'm fairly confident I got 1 or 2 follows from doing that. But other than that, it's all organic.
That's cool.
So
take
and
some
that's
cool
something
pictures.
I'm trying to do is actually really not talk about it a lot. Like I tell people I'm shooting photos and getting into automotive photography, but I haven't mentioned the Instagram or anything yet.
Well, you got some cool pictures on there.
Thanks, man. Got some fun ones coming out. My in-laws let me borrow their Honda Pilot, which is not what you would maybe think of when you're like, a photographable car. But nonetheless, super grateful because one of the things I'm actually getting mentored by a guy. I'm intending to do car photography as another vocation. I'm hoping and praying
Sweet.
that it replaces rideshare, so I don't have to keep plowing miles onto my cars.
Yes.
So, because I probably put roughly 700 or 800 miles a week on my car.
Yikes.
Like, it's a lot. And it already has 122,000 miles, so it's like, we already know how reliable you aren't, so let's just not.
Let's just
but
not.
anyway, I started talking. I got in a photography Facebook group here locally in Springfield, and have kind of just been watching what people say, listening to their thoughts and stuff, and sometimes they're just trying to sell their gear to other photographers or, whatever the case.
Right.
I'm gonna share my quest with you, by the way.
Oh, good. Okay.
Um,
Are we doing this now? Oh yeah, we got time. I
Yeah,
heard the
we got
thunder
plenty
and
of
thought
time,
it was
good
later.
Yeah. We started that one so early that we should be okay. Oh, I can run again. So, oh, I almost ran right into those spikes. I forgot they were there.
Ouchie.
Yeah, that's not great. Are you still carrying that pipe machine gun?
Oh, he is.
Sweet.
Do you
So
want it?
I have a gift for you.
You have all the good gifts. I got nothing.
Starting to sort through our inventory. I had no
Dude,
idea we had a
dude,
whole
dude.
chest full of stuff over here. We have mollies. Nice.
We do. That was my quest reward.
Okay, hang on. That top bag there is 762,
Oh, gracias, señor.
and quite a bit of it, so it should be in really good shape.
Let's reload this gun.
Yep, that's going to be a huge help for Horde Night for sure.
Oh yes.
So anyway, I started talking to that group. I at one point was like, hey, I'm looking into automotive photography and building my portfolio. Number one, would you charge to build your portfolio as an automotive photographer specifically? And if so, how would you gauge how much to charge, right? And
Right.
Basically everybody there is a wedding or portrait photographer. So this was, and they all gave the advice you would give to someone like that.
Right.
Basically, never work for free. Blah 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 blah. And I'm like, well, I get that if you have a photography niche that serves a purpose as well, like portrait photography and like wedding photos and stuff. You're doing something. It's a service for people that's more
Right.
needed than their car photography by
Yeah.
a long shot. So I'm like, but one guy who actually currently shoots for Nissan professionally,
Ooh.
like that's all he does for
That's
his
kinda
living
cool.
is shoot automotive photography. Reached out and was like, hey, I've been looking for someone to mentor because I've needed a second shooter a few times and I can't find anybody who shoots car photos. And I'd
Ooh.
love to like mentor you and show you the ropes. I'm like, oh, what, huh? Okay.
Por favor.
Please. So yeah, now we're working on that. When he gets back from a shoot that he's doing this month, I'm building up to with all the practice right now. He said this was his suggestion. He's like, start with what you have.
Mm-hmm.
That's the most important thing to me. He's like, because here's the thing: at the end of the day, every car has 4 wheels, windows, and a windshield, and a rear windshield.
Wait, they do?
So if you learn how to do it with the cars you already have, by the time you get around to the cars that you really want to capture just incredible photos of, you're going to know the fundamentals and you're not going to be stumbling all over the place going, ah, crap, now what do I do?
That makes sense.
So that's exactly what I said. I'm like, that makes a lot of sense. He's like, so start there. He's like, when we get back, I know a lot of people in Springfield. He's like, if there's a particular car you want to shoot, let me know. I was I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, I know people who own Lamborghinis, Ferraris, Corvettes. And I was like, you know anybody that owns a Supra? And he goes, oh yeah, know a few of them. And I'm like, you just know people who own the new Supras? And he goes, oh yeah. And it wasn't meant in like a flex either. He's actually a really humble guy.
That's pretty sweet.
Kind of some graphic glitches in here. That's weird. So anyway. Yeah, and now actually my brother-in-law, who's also a photographer, has been doing a lot of nature stuff. That's a lot of his thing.
Yeah.
Well, and he went out with me once to a car show locally. I was just trying to network a little bit, get to know a few people that are local, and I didn't give anybody business cards or anything. It was just literally just to get to know people in the scene.
Yeah.
He came with me and started taking pictures of cars, and he's like, dude, I want to do this. I'm like, okay. And then he posted in that same group and was like, hey, like a lot of similar questions to what I did, because he didn't want to just straight up reach out to the guy that was already trying to help me or whatever, right? He felt like that would be wrong. And I'm like, I don't care. And I'm like, I kind of doubt that Ben would care either, but
right.
You can do what you want. So he goes ahead and he reaches out to the group, and then Ben, like within 5 minutes of being there, is like, hey, I think you know David already. Which, yes, a little bit.
Yes.
He's my brother-in-law.
A little bit.
and he's like, I would love to mentor you as well. Like, this would be cool.
That's awesome.
So it's bonkers, dude. Like, God just 100% like lined that all up. I couldn't have done that. That was so cool.
Very cool.
Yeah, it is very PogChamp.
Very. The Pog is much champage. That, never mind. Yes. I didn't say that.
You didn't say what? Yeah, literally, I'm chopping up the what the heck? I'm chopping up the like stuff here, and the image is staying, but I'm getting all the resources for it, and then it's not there anymore. Weird glitch. It's hard to explain.
Man, both kids are in bed, and I'm sneezing like an elephant.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oh, here.
What?
Take that. Oh wait. Also,
9
take that.
mil. Oh, you fine. Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh my goodness. I also found more 7.62. It's so weird. Normally I find a bunch of shotgun shells, but I'm not finding any shotgun shells.
I know. Something's off with this place.
I can't search these. I busted that open and I couldn't search it.
Okay, I'll search
we'll have to see if you can.
Ooh, 15 shotgun shells. Speak of the devil.
Oh, beautiful. Let's get up out of here before you try dropping them. I've got... What kind of primitive bow do you have right now? What level? Level 1? I got a level 3 in my inventory, so... No, I'm not using it. I'm gonna give it to you because I'm not even bothering with the bow in this because there's just too much going on for me. Okay, so bow, batter up book that you may or may not need, and ammo. Thank you. That's actually way more helpful than you may realize. What time is it right now? Okay, getting not bad, but yeah, we definitely want to head back for sure. Oh, wait. Clear areas isn't done. Where are we supposed to go? I don't know. Probably so, but I don't want to have to be stuck losing out on all that just because of that. There's a zombie in this garage that didn't come down or something. No, it did glitch when I started the quest, like an actual console error came up, so I'm kind of wondering if this might be scuffed. I think so, yeah. Come to think of it, did a zombie spawn in here? I was just realizing, I don't think it did. Let's just abandon the quest. As unfortunate as that is, you know, we can't do anything about it. It glitched. So let's just head back to the base. Start getting prepped for the horde here. Ooh, got a trash pile. Da, da, da.
I don't know how long that's been on there. I just realized I looked over at OBS and it said stream, and my stream ending screen was up.
Oh,
What?
I'm probably crashing right now.
Oh.
Yeah. I would actually leave the server really quick because I'm going to end up forcing it to crash here.
Oh. Okay. I'm out. I left.
Yeah, something happened. That's weird. I don't know what just happened there.
That is very weird.
Let me go back in. I'm hoping just reloading it'll fix it, especially with that weird glitch with the POI too. I'm not surprised.
It's because I'm connected to it. That's why.
Right. You just innately bring breaking things. That's what you do.
I bring death to streams. That's how I roll. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing with my life.
Yeah, that silver car that I've been posting pictures of on the photography account lately.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually the one I drive for rideshare. That's my car.
Ooh, interesting.
So,
what is that again?
It's a Dodge Avenger.
Okay.
It's a reasonable little car. It just gets terrible gas mileage for a 4-cylinder. I get 18 in the city.
Wow.
I'm like, how you only have 4 cylinders? How are you even doing that?
That's kind of weird. That seems pretty bad.
No, it's bad. It's real bad.
Even my Equinox gets like 22.
Yeah, it's weird, man. Like I said, I don't know.
I love ripping on my Equinox because like you go to pull out really quick and it sounds like it's revving up to Ferrari levels, but you look down and you're doing 25 miles an hour. It's like, thing's not doing great.
Oh, that's right. I was like, where did all my stuff just go? Oh, that's right. I was repairing it. I literally had a small moment where I'm like, did it just literally glitch all of my things out of existence?
Ooh. So I don't know if it ever did this on PC much, but on the Xbox version that's still super old and scuffed, like you can have glitches sometimes where you'll be riding around like on a mini bike and the game will crash and you boot it back up again and you have another mini bike in your inventory.
That's super bizarre.
It is kind of fun when you're playing multiplayer. You're just like, oh no, we're getting the mini bike glitch. Oh darn.
Right. Oh no, that's not. Oh no, this is so terrible.
Right.
Alpha's gonna alpha.
Alpha's gonna alpha. It's just such a joke that they're still calling it alpha. Like, oh, this game isn't like this. It should have gone into beta after like alpha 12.
Right. As an FYI, I have converted the right chest to a trader chest.
Interesting. Okay.
That's kind of what I've got it going on right now. So the left one will be our storage for now. We have, matter of fact, I can make the better storage real quick because we've got enough snails to make 2 of the boxes.
Yay.
Yeah, I'm looking through here really quick to see if there's anything else we gotta sell. Like those parts, the cash. Okay. And those boots we can actually scrap down for cloth. So they're worth, I think, about 5 coin or something.
12. They're worth 12. I looked.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Okay, well, let's chop up this bottom one. And then I'll put this other... So I'm going to split the left-hand chest into 2 separates.
Okay.
And we're going to do general up top, and then I'll just do what I'll call sustenance on the bottom. And that's literally just like food, buffs, medicine, drinks, all that kind of stuff. So I'll throw, if you're looking for anything like that, it's probably in there. This is why I'm telling you.
Sounds like a plan, Mustang.
And then we got nothing there. Okay, cool. So the rest of that can go in the general chest. Okay. Now. I should grab some wood out of there. Or am I carrying it? Oh, I am. Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm. Shababooski.
Okay, and then go around the outside and hit these corners up with upgrades.
How am I not wearing any kind of hat or helmet or anything? How have I just not found that? I'm gonna go make myself a plant fiber hood.
Okay.
Just because I found a helmet light mod and I want to use it.
Oh, you gotta do armor for that. You can do a padded hood for pretty inexpensive, and we could probably have the stuff for that. Let me put a bunch of stuff back in that general chest real quick.
Aye.
It'll just take me a minute here.
Just a hot minute.
I'm just gonna take those out of there. Anything else for it? Just throw out the paper. Throw out the rotten flesh. Throw the lead in. Okay. There you go. All you.
Thanks. What do I need for padded stuff? Cloth?
Cloth, duct tape, and I think that's maybe it.
Padded hood, cloth, and duct tape. Yes, you are correct.
Yep. There you go. 5. Yeah, it's pretty cheap, and that'll allow you to throw that helmet light mod on there.
Yes. Muchas gracias. Ah, well, I probably should have put the light on it first.
Wood. And, and iron and cobblestone rocks. Those are kind of all important.
I can see.
And then we need to make some spikes. We'll make like, I don't know, 20. It'll only use half of our wood, so that should be plenty.
I just realized I can't do anything to this space because you put your land claim block down. Or I guess I can put stuff up. I just can't. Why can't I plant the torch? That makes no sense then. What? Nope, I did it. Hold on. Okay. I don't know what's okay. All right.
While I'm crafting all these and the zombies haven't quite spawned yet, I'm gonna go ahead and place them. Because the more of these I can place, the less likely it is that they go around the outside edges because they're gonna get hit.
True that.
Speaking of getting hit.
Shoot. I need wood or frames or something. Where'd all my frames go? I've got frames on me. I'm out here complaining about not having frames. I have them on me.
Oh, Mordecus, thanks for the kudos, by the way, about the car guy thing. I meant to acknowledge that, but got sidetracked. You know me. Mordecus, one of my community members, he's actually... I still, to this day, I'll probably never forget this. Before I lived in Missouri, I was stuck in Missouri post-convention. Oh, it's nighttime. I need to get back in there. I literally, my flight got canceled, and then they wouldn't reimburse me immediately. Like, it was ugly.
I remember
I literally
this.
thought I was gonna have to go get a job at like a McDonald's or something. I seriously thought I was gonna have to do that just to pay for a flight. Well, lo and behold, Mordecus reaches out and he's like, "Hey, I got like business miles. Let's get you home." And he just
awesome.
Called me up. Oh, it was crazy. So, and then the whole community was like tipping and stuff during the stream. It was like, "Hey, you're gonna need some money for food for the next little while, so here's that." And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, okay."
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, I went live from actually Carl's computer, so
I watched that.
Yeah, I think you were there for that. Oh my gosh, why are they beating on the outside of this?
I don't know. What happened? You put spikes all over the place.
Well, desperate times call for desperate measures.
This chick's stuck on the swing too.
Okay, and eat.
Dang it. If I could quit missing my shots, that'd be pretty great. I forgot we had Molly's.
Yeah, I grabbed him. I'm running around just trying to keep him busy.
Hold still.
Come on, reload, reload.
Where are they going? Now they're beating on the telephone pole because they don't know what else to do.
No, I'm
King
fatigued
Carnage, thank you from
and
that.
infected.
Oh, Wayward. Hey, Wayward. Sorry, I just saw you chatted probably a long time ago. Sorry about that. My chat's been dead, so I forgot to look at it. And King Carnage, thanks for that follow.
There are zombies inside the building.
What? Are you inside the building currently?
I got back in. I'm killing them. They were beating on our storage too.
That's not good.
No, that's not what you want. I don't understand why they aren't coming up here. Are you? You're standing on top of the building, right?
Yep.
No, we aren't partied up. We should probably do that.
Oh, I forgot about that. Dadgummit.
I wonder if we both stand down here, if they'd be more inclined to come down.
Probably. Let me come back
I just
down.
don't know. I'm just trying to figure out what is causing the problem. Oh, they are all rushing down here now.
Where you
Let's
guys
see if
at?
they start beating on the building.
Where y'all at?
I think they are making their way over here. Yep. Yep. Look at them all
there they
coming
go.
in here now.
All right. Well, that's just how they roll then. We need to. I wish that there were some windows to shoot out of.
What are they jumping off of? I keep seeing them fall down.
I don't know. I think they're jumping off the spike. Oop, hi! Whoa! What are they? Oh, I'm out of arrows. That's big sad. Up. Come on. Come on.
Back up. I'm going to toss a molly.
Yikes. Let's not set ourselves on fire.
Hey, don't you be glitching through here.
He's like, you can't tell me what to do. I'm gonna do what I want. I'm gonna do what I want. I'm gonna do what I want. Wayward King, how you guys doing tonight? Thanks for stopping in. Hope you guys are having a good evening. Co-streaming here with Gamin4Hope. Having some fun.
Yes. Fun. Also dying. There is that.
Yes.
Well, we haven't died yet, actually.
That is right.
Okay, back up. Throwing another Molotov.
Mordicus. Hey, Mordicus. Thanks, my man. Thanks for that follow.
That's one of my community members. That's the guy I was just talking about.
Mr. Extra Miles.
Yeah, the Miles guy.
The Miles guy.
That's why I teasingly refer to him that way sometimes. Okay, I'm gonna try and see if I can get some of this loot. Nope. almost got for that, but I got 12 shotgun shells, so it was kind of worth it.
That was worth it. Yeah, I got a
some
level
iron
2
arrows
pipe
for-
gun.
Oh, there at my feet.
Mordicus, maybe you won't ignore me like David. No, Mordicus, I would never.
Okay. There's more iron arrows outside the front door.
Thanks, man. Appreciate that.
I gotta figure out what. Hey, lady.
Oh my goodness, she just came up in my business.
Yep.
I'm just gonna steal
Well,
Mordicus as my
yeah.
community member now, so he's no.
Okay, he's yours now.
Yeah, he's no longer yours to ignore. They go to you to be ignored, and they come to me for
To be
occasion
acknowledged.
for occasional love.
Occasional.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna do some repairs here, and then I think I've got an idea for a deterrent.
Do you? What's your deterrent?
You can make plates as a block.
Yes.
Kind of wondering if I reinforce this outside wall with plates, if they would be more inclined at that point.
This is a potential possibility. Mordicus says you all are just focused. This game does this. It does.
It does. Yeah, that's very true.
It bounces between times of like you can just talk very leisurely to like if you look away you're going to die.
Yeah, it's over for you.
Right.
There is some new scrap chest armor in here that it will be fully repaired for you as well as soon as I finish repairing it.
You are a beautiful human being, and I almost like you.
Yeah, you almost. Nice.
I'm super hesitant with telling people that I love them, so that's my next step.
Okay, I've got all the cobblestone rocks, and then whenever you're ready, I can get there. The pick is in for the first pick of the 2022 community member draft. 00 Josh selects Mordicus.
Double O Josh claims Mordicus, and together we shall rule the world.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, they shredded through these.
Oh, I got some shotgun ammo for you.
Sweet. Thank you.
You are welcome.
There are
David
two
also
spike traps right outside the door.
He says David also just falls behind on chat sometimes. He's being really generous with that word sometimes.
That took me a minute. I'm not even gonna lie to you. All right, let's make like, I don't know, 20 frame shapes. Oh, or just 12 because that's all the wood I have on me. Let's grab some more wood.
There are some frame shapes in there.
Oh, are there?
Yes.
Some.
Matter of fact, here's 3 more for you because I was going to stand up there on some bars and apparently... There you go.
Okay. So now we're going to go plate, and we need to do this one, which is the one I prefer. So we're going to go, where's the on face? On face.
Hey, I'm game for whatever you want, but I know you were planning on switching to Arc around this time. And so if, Sammy, we just finished a Horde, so it's up to you.
I'm good to do the night 4 as well. It won't bother me any. The collab's more important to me than playing Arc, to be honest. So
That's adorable.
I love Arc. Don't get me wrong. Like, I actually really love Arc, but
I've never played it. It's one of those games like it looks like there's a lot to learn, and I just don't feel like learning it.
there is a lot to learn. I mean, that is absolutely true. I got a server for it actually though last night for my. We have a guys' night I do with my father-in-law, brother-in-law, and now Carl is joining us as well once a week.
Okay.
And yeah, so we did an Arc server because we got tired of playing Star Citizen all the time. So
Cool. So Mordecus says, I cannot be claimed. I appear and disappear at my own whims, no one else's. To which my
That's
answer
pretty
is no. You are mine now.
oh. So now you'll do a server, but not for your community. Shut up, chat. Hey, guys, sometimes.
They're so cute. Oops, not a quick
They
waypoint.
are-
Get that out of here. Save waypoint. I'm going to mark. We'll do this. Right here. Doot. Then I shall share, question mark? Oh, we're not allies yet, are we? We didn't
Yeah,
fix that.
oh, yeah.
Whoops, we
I
are
need your
allies,
help
which is not
getting
in the
rid of this
party.
pole here.
Let's
Wait,
pull.
why am I not hitting the bottom one? Just hit the bottom. The top will fall out.
Oh, I healed myself when I didn't need it by complete accident.
All right. Okay, I gotta find a vitamin and an antibiotic soon too. We might have a vitamin. I'll have to look at that.
Are you infected?
Yeah, I am infected.
What?
I also am fatigued.
You need help, bro.
Yeah, it's a problem.
So Mordecus, if David treats you so bad, why do you stay? That's just what I want to know.
Sounds like you're talking to a cow who's been abused.
That got dark.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. Nope.
But truthfully, the only
real
reason I'm
he wants me to
around
go
now
play
is
Ark.
because some Friday nights are usually my date night with my wife. Ah, okay. Okay. What do you and the wife usually do for date nights? A regular date night is a good idea.
That's something that we do, yeah, on Saturday mornings actually, because Arthur goes and hangs out with his paternal grandmother, and depending on what weekend, it's sometimes his biological dad as well.
Okay.
But either way, we always have somebody on Saturday mornings, so we were like, oh, that's an easy one for us to do.
Might as well. I mean, it's like
Yeah,
you don't have to find a babysitter, so just roll with it. I will 100% admit.
exactly.
He says I will 100% admit the abuse goes both ways. All right, that's fair.
That's true. Yeah, he definitely does. It's all in love.
So David, same question. Why do you stay?
Why? Yeah. Well, because I like teaching people about Jesus.
What was that? What that is?
Something like that. Yeah.
I guess
It's
I
almost
can.
like it's like my mission statement in life is in everything I do. I do it for the hope that lies in the gospel of Jesus Christ. It's almost like I have to say that a lot too. It's weird.
I know, it's almost like you're not ashamed of the gospel because it is the power of God unto salvation. Something like that.
Something like that. Yeah. I think that was written in a pretty cool book somewhere.
It was. It's one of those timeless classics.
Oh yes. I need more wood apparently. I'm gonna chop down some trees. I want to get these plates completely upgraded and placed so that we don't have to worry about that for this final horde that we're gonna do. Hopefully this one will go better.
Are we gonna go do a trader mission or no?
We can. Did I grab one?
No,
I did not.
I got one. I can get one, I should say.
Oh yeah, if you want to go grab one, that'd be awesome actually.
Closest one
Except it
is
won't-
this
oh,
one.
yeah, it's open, yeah.
If you finish 2 more jobs this
I got the closest one. All right.
And would you see what, because Trader restocked today, would you see what they have for ammo?
For ammo. Okay, did I share that successfully? I think I tried.
You did, yeah.
You shared question. Okay, yes, I did. Ha 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 ha. All right. Give me your inventory. Ammunition. She's got 48 shotgun shells. And that's basically it.
It's really
What about-
tempting to have you grab those, but we have sugar butt candy here, so what we'll do is we'll do
Ooh.
whatever quest you just
Ooh.
grab and then do a sell-off.
She's also got 83 more shotgun shells in her secret stash.
Oh yeah, yeah, we definitely got to do that then. I'll just make a couple of pipe shotguns for tonight. And then I think we should really focus on the horde base before we go do the quest, so that if we run out of time, it's because we got the horde base ready.
For sure.
But yeah, I've almost got those plates completely upgraded to cobblestone rocks, which this is almost a guaranteed, like they will go around to the door now.
What do you want to try
There's
and
no
do?
reason they're going to want to go through 2 cobblestone blocks to get to us.
Right.
There's no reason for that.
What else do you
So,
want to try and do? Do you want to build more spikes?
No, I think what I want to do is I actually want to widen, and I'm just now realizing this was a terrible mistake. I need to get rid of 4 blocks that I just finished upgrading.
Dude.
So yeah, we're gonna have to. Well, and I say we. You don't have to, but I'm going to.
Oh, I'm not gonna. Don't worry about it.
Okay, good, perfect.
You
let's see.
can't make
I
me.
need it.
But yeah, we're not
No,
doing dating because I'm
coffee.
self-isolating. Ooh, you tested positive. Ooh, that's a bummer.
Oh no, bueno. Is it for that one thing?
That thing, the C thing.
Ugh.
Pray for healing on that then.
Yeah, for sure. I've got a. Actually, the guy that brought me to the convention, I got stuck at because of the flight stuff. He and his wife had that same thing recently, but they're fine. Like they had their like little bout with it, and now they're good. So
He says David would never make a mistake.
no, certainly not. I'm perfect and blameless.
Are you though?
No.
Because
No, I'm
Jesus said
definitely
there's none good but God. So
There is that. There is that. Okay,
there's none righteous, not even one.
something like that. Yeah.
Stupid Rona thing, he says. The Rona thing. Little Miss Rona thinks she's just all that. Can change everybody's plans at the drop of her little hat. Rona stomps her foot, gives you a temperature, and your plans just go right out the window.
What's happened?
Don't question it.
I'm not gonna question it. I'm just gonna clip it for later.
Okay then.
Dude, I have no idea how many times I've replayed for button in the stream. I've lost count at like 30. I think.
Really?
So, oh yeah.
I probably
we've had
should have
some
hit
very
it.
clippable moments.
I probably should have been doing that a lot more. I've only hit it like twice.
No, I'm so cognizant of it because it is my way to get this community growing is shorts right now because that's what I have time for. Until we get our finances put back together, Lord willing, that'll be soon. But once we get to that point, I'm hoping that I can really start pushing the photography stuff so that I can lean off of rideshare. What I'm hoping to do is get to the point where I can comfortably live on working 10 hours a week because photography is absolutely, especially car photography. You can definitely do that.
That'd be sweet.
And then that way I have time to do this and I don't have to put the strain on the community to pay the bills because I've made that mistake. And that was a terrible mistake. And I look back at that and go, well, I learned something.
You
Yeah,
learned
so
something.
here was my idea, and I have now executed the idea.
Oh, I'm hungry apparently. What is your idea that you have now? Oh, a second door?
Yep.
I like your
So that
idea.
way we can open both those up. We have a little bit more of a gap there where we can, essentially each focus on one side or the other.
I like it. I have
I forgot about the. Well,
I have a bunch of wood spikes making right now.
Oh, good call. I'm gonna upgrade your door real quick. There we go.
Oh, I can't put
Or
them up against there
whichever.
because of the plates. Crap.
Yeah, I didn't think about that part, but is what it is, I guess.
Tis.
Okay. I'm gonna eat some food, and then
You know what I'm
I
gonna
am
do?
ready to rock and roll. If you want, you did share it. I forgot about that. Nice little zigzag, like what you got going on there.
they keep running along the edge of this house to get in there, and I'm just gonna be like, all right, if you guys can keep doing that, then I'm gonna leave you a present.
You're gonna take some damage, yeah.
Yeah.
So guys, after this horde, the plan is I'll do some arc. I think I'm gonna play on the server that I did for my my fam. I don't know. I'll have to see if any of them are on, because if not, I may as well continue the world that you guys have all been watching me play.
Might as well. He says, so far, not so bad. Just everything takes exponentially more energy. I'm a bit achy, but no worse than the flu. That's kind of what this strain seems to have devolved into, is that it's just like, it's not
Yeah,
the
it's
worst.
not great, but it's
Yeah.
not worse. No one likes being sick. That's kind of where I wind down to.
No.
So, oh hey, guess what? Guess what POI we got for your quest?
What?
The same one that we had that glitched.
Oh, good.
So
Redo.
hopefully that won't do that.
I'll meet you over there.
Oh, it's actually reset the loot already, and I haven't triggered the quest. It really glitched. It's basically treating it like we haven't even been here.
Oh, you know why? It's because when we started the quest last time. Oh no, but we looted that. Never mind.
Yeah, we looted everything, but it just didn't. That's so weird.
Just took a walk to the mailbox earlier. Would have sworn it was like a 4-mile walk back to the house. Ugh. Did you go the long way? That's not a nice thing to say to somebody who's sick. I'm sorry. He's like, this is the last time I pop in this stupid stream.
He's like, and I'm out.
I'm going back to David. He was abusive, but I knew what I was getting into.
True. At least I knew what kind of abuse I was going to endure.
Right.
Oh, wait. Some of this has been searched. Okay, I'm so confused. All right.
Don't question it.
Just trigger this thing. I'm ready.
I'm ready. Oh, I got to trigger it, don't I? Because it's my quest.
Yes.
Give me some
Whenever
water I
say
can
that,
drink.
my chat starts saying things that are triggering.
Birds aren't real.
There's only 2 genders, and then I'm like, oh boy, you guys just okay.
We didn't land on the moon.
You woke up today and chose violence.
No, they just woke up and chose truth.
No. I mean, fair, but also, dang.
I will not indulge falsehood.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Long straight way that's about 1,000 feet. Okay, so you did take the long way.
So, in short, yes.
Yes, you did take the long way.
Ooh, leather duster. That'll actually be better for me than this puffer coat that I've got on.
There you go. But the puffer coat just sounds comfortable.
Oh, it does. Yeah, it definitely does. Oh, hello?
What is this? What is this? What is this? What is this? What is happening?
Me, calm, cool, and collected, Josh.
It's okay. It's fine.
I found a vitamin, so my fatigue is taken care of.
It freaked me out
If I
because
find a jar of honey, I can take care of my infection.
I got freaked out because I heard the monster and then saw you come running past me, like in your new coat that I didn't recognize, and I was like, ah!
David's the monster.
Just made me pee just a little bit. That's all. Wasn't a real big
There's
deal.
a wet spot underneath where I'm sitting, and I don't think it's because I spilled water.
Nope. Well, I did spill liquid, just not water, and not the way you would think. There's a zombie.
Hey, the zombies spawned. That's a good start.
It is a good start. I like it.
Ugh, I couldn't have gotten an antibiotic out of that medical cabinet. Unlucky.
And a satchel. Boosh.
Beautiful. Mine's in here.
Hi, lady. Come here. I got something for you.
Time is it? Okay, I got another skill point. Beautiful. Strength.
Beautiful.
Can we put it into Skull Crusher? I can, which means I can now make a level 4 sledge. When we get back, I'll have to do that before the horde.
I can make a level 2 club. Oh, stuck on the stinking.
Ooh, I can also put a 3rd point into Sexual Tyrannosaurus. That's gonna be my next point.
That's
For sure.
every time you say that, it makes me just
It just makes you really uncomfortable.
like
Hey,
I got to shift in my seat just a little bit.
You're like,
Nah. Oh, hold on, Marcus. I'll read your chat in a second because I'm not David. I was just thinking I probably shouldn't have called the way straight. It might not identify that way. I might have offended it. Oh. Yes. Did you ask for the path's pronouns first?
Right. I did have a passenger write a bad review for me because I wouldn't call them by their preferred pronoun.
Well,
And technically that's against the terms of service of Uber and Lyft, but I'm like, I'm sorry. Like I won't intentionally call you the he that you are, but I'll call you by your name. I'm not gonna call you a girl. I'm just not doing it.
right.
And I'm like, and it's not meant to be offensive to you. It is just that he has glitched into the floor. He's completely disappeared. I think he fell through the bottom, but we'll see here.
That was fun.
Yeah, he definitely fell through to the bottom.
Like, the way I see it, too, like, I mean, I'm not doing it to be cruel, but at the same time, from my worldview, my biblical worldview, it would not be loving for me to indulge in that falsehood with you. So, I'm just not gonna play that game. Hey, I found a pipe rifle.
Oh, there you go. Hey, I think we may have a zombie coming up behind us.
Do we? Oh, do we? I hear something. I think it's that guy who fell through the floor.
I think so.
Finally making his way up here.
All right, let's drop down. And then
Did you get your
Hey,
satchel?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Where'd he go? Do. I want to kill him. I just heard your guy yell a big, like, battle cry without hearing any kind of impact noise. So it sounded like he just swung and missed. Okay, I don't know where this guy went, and I'm tired of looking for him. I'm going home.
He's probably in the walls.
Probably.
He has that ability.
Welcome to 7 days. He's hacking.
Right, hacking report, please. Thank you.
Right.
Ooh, I just lost a bunch of frames. I'm looking around for a horde now.
There's a few zombies out here, but not horde level.
Not a horde. I'll get that one that you just shot down.
Thanks. Dang, I missed her. I missed her so. This definitely equates to, oh, you just told me you're an alcoholic because here's a bottle of vodka. It just doesn't make sense. Right, yeah, exactly. When somebody says, they're basically telling you that they have this issue. And it's like, I'm not gonna add to that. Right.
Yeah, one of the things that I've really struggled with is walking that line, because there's being loving and there's like, holy crap, do you really you're just gonna ignore that this person is telling you something that is like literally 10 years ago they would have gotten banned from most public spaces.
Right.
Like, this is not. I just have to wonder where we draw the line, and that's one of the things we asked when as conservatives, we asked when gay marriage was becoming a thing, and now, you know, 'cause we were all saying the same thing then. We were going, hey, problem I have with this is not so much the gay marriage itself doesn't really affect me. However, where does it stop if we allow that to go? And they were,
Right.
oh, this is all we wanted. We were just going to go here. And we all knew better than that, but we still, for some reason, believed it collectively. And then
Right.
here we are, where now they're asking for us to just go along with their delusion. And I'm like, I'm not going to do that. And it's not out of disrespect or hatred for you. I'll still love you. You're still welcome to come stay in my house. I'm not going to be one of those guys. It's like, no, I'm not going to help you because of it.
Right.
But when you're in open rebellion against the way that God would design life to work, I have to at some point say to you, like, hey, I don't agree. Like, you're asking, and that's the other thing is, if they don't ask me, normally I don't really address it because most of the time they're aware.
Right.
Most of them know that Christians are not good with that kind of stuff. But when they ask me and they're like, and they have the audacity to say, like, oh yeah, do you think your God's okay with this? I go, no. In fact, I don't have to think that. I know it's not. But here's the deal. I don't hate you for it. I'm not going to condemn you for it. I'm not going to kick you out. I'm not going to, like, I had a community member actually reach out to me recently. He's like, I know that how you feel about this, but he's like, I'm attracted to somebody who's transsexual. I'm like, okay, well, you've told me before you're a believer, right?
Yeah.
And I always confirm that, and I go, okay, so here's the only problem with that. The only problem, and we don't need to make it about the LGBT thing. The problem is that they're in open sin. They are literally saying to you as a believer that they are. This would be the same as someone saying, "Hey, I regularly sleep around with other people, but hey, you want to have a relationship?" No.
Yeah.
Hey, you're committing an open sin and being okay with it.
Right.
And that's where you have to start, really, in my opinion, that is drawing a line and saying, nope, we aren't doing this.
Yeah.
I grabbed all of our stuff, by the way, completely unrelated, to go sell and see
Oh,
if I can
okay.
buy us some more shotgun shells real quick.
Okay. I need food. Do you mind if I cook some of this meat into grilled meat? Because I'm starving.
No, yeah, no, do your thing.
Okay, I didn't know if you were
And I
saving
do want to
it for me.
clarify for anybody listening right now who's not a believer and is hearing all this. I sincerely mean it when I say I don't hate anybody in the LGBT community. This isn't hate speech. This isn't something where I'm saying I hate the people. No. I won't go along with it. I'm
Right.
not going to go along with that kind of behavior.
Yeah.
You know, and that's where I draw the line. I'm not going to call you out in a public space.
Mhm.
I'm not the Westboro Baptist Church. I'm not going to pick at your wedding. But I'm certainly not going to say to you, yeah, God's totally okay with your behavior. It's totally fine when he's not.
It comes down to the
I'm not
difference
gonna
in.
lie to you.
Yeah, it comes down to the difference in worldviews because if you go along with the worldview of postmodernism, where there is no absolute truth, that statement already defeats itself because that is an absolute truth statement. Either it is absolutely true
Right.
that there is no truth, or it is not true that there is no truth. And if it is truth, there is no truth. That statement already defeats itself, so it cannot be true. But regardless of how true that can or cannot be, that worldview says my truth is true whether you like it or not. But the truth that a Christian is supposed to stand on is that my worldview and source of truth comes from the Bible and what God says. And like you talked about before, like, you kind of have to start with that baseline of, do we agree on the Bible's accuracy and truth? If you don't, it's
So
like,
there's not much of a point in having that conversation.
yeah, there's not.
If you can't get past the yes, the Bible's true, then no, don't bother. It's okay.
Yeah.
They aren't in the place where they're going to listen to you, and by continuing to push that narrative on them, that's how it's going to come across. Exactly how it's going to come across to them.
But at the same
is that you're
time,
pushing a narrative,
right, but they're going to push their narrative anyway, and I'm not going
Right.
to back off of truth just because they don't agree with it. So,
that's a good
like,
point,
I'm not going to go around picking every fight I can, and if I know somebody won't go that same direction of admitting that same baseline, then it is kind of futile, and I'm not going to go pushing that to the nth degree. But if they're going to, like, put the pressure on me to conform, I'm still not going to, because, like, no, like, you don't agree with what I say truth is and where it comes from. But this is still my values. This is still what I believe to be ultimately true. And if I'm willing to give that up just because you don't agree with me or just because you don't like
then
it,
you didn't have them in the first place.
no, I didn't have a real truth statement to live on anyway. And that just defeats any validity that I'm trying to say that God and the Bible have. Because if I'm willing to give it up because your feelings are hurt, then what's the point of me believing it or disagreeing with you at all? And I think that's where a lot of Christians have stepped back into, is they've backed themselves into this corner of, well, it must not really matter because you're not willing to fight for it anyway. So
Right.
it is difficult where we don't want to go picking every fight we can possibly find, but sometimes you do have to say, look, I love you, I don't hate you. And that's the other thing too, is that in their version of truth, if I disagree, then I hate you. The reality is, no, I don't. I don't like what you do. From the Bible, I see where God says it's a sin, but I don't hate you, and I would love to actually have a conversation about it. But if we can't have that conversation, and you're going to decide that I hate you, even though it's not true, then we really aren't going to get anywhere. And so at that point, if it's handled properly and it comes down from the Christian side, and it still comes down to them refusing to have the conversation because they've decided that I hate them, it's like, all right, then you're the one who's ended the conversation at that point, not me.
Right.
Which is unfortunate, but I still can't.
It's unfortunate that you can't change them.
No, I can't change them, and I can't change what I believe either. I will not.
Right. Yeah, I get that. So it's a hard one to walk, for
It
sure,
is.
and it's becoming harder.
Yeah, it really
It's not
is.
becoming easier. There's a certain point where now we're getting to a Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego kind of situation where
Mm-hmm.
I actually believe within the next 2 decades that it will be no longer kind like they can claim it's a hate crime right now, but it's not.
Right.
But I actually think here in a while it will become a hate crime. If we start like saying what we're saying right now inside of 20 years. will be a hate crime.
It's already that way for a lot of things in Canada, and we're not that far behind Canada.
No,
I would
keep getting reminded of that.
Yeah, I would think that 20 years is a very optimistic estimate.
Yeah. I try to be kind of conservative with my estimates, but
The only thing that could, I mean, when I say only thing, I mean from a human standpoint. Obviously, I'm acknowledging the sovereignty and power of God and the background of all of this.
Right.
But humanly speaking, the only thing that would flip that the other direction is that if you get conservative Christians with a backbone who just have enough of it and actually, take a
Actually
political
stand
stand. And when you get sick enough of something, it's amazing how tables can turn.
oh yeah. All right, let's see if my strategy was right here. Look at them coming right up. Nope.
Shot
Hit
right
something.
past her head.
Never mind. Here we go. Drink this coffee here.
Draw the
My
arrow.
frame
I
gone.
know. Mine too. My
I'm
frames
gonna
are
back off
dipping.
and throw Molotovs.
Okay.
Nope.
You're getting lit up, boy. Oh, I'm out of arrows. Cool. It's hard to shoot with lag. It's the lag. I hereby blame lag. You just fired that shotgun twice. Did that happen on your screen?
No, I have two of them.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait. Oh. Reloading.
I'm repairing stuff. Huh. Molotov time.
Oh, yes, it is. Wow, there's a lot of them over here. That third horde or fourth horde ramped up real fast, didn't it?
Yeah, I'm telling you, this with the XP boost, especially, you just start going through the roof.
Bum, 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 bum. They're still beating on some things. Not sure what's up with that. They might be getting stuck on spikes. I put spikes on all the corners.
Oh, that's not true. Oh, I have another skill point.
Ow.
Come on. The thing that makes you hurt. I put the point into that.
The thing that makes you hurt. That's a good one. I can get behind that.
I'm gonna work on repairs.
Ooh, she doesn't have a head anymore. I hope she didn't need that.
That's on. Oh, lady.
Clicky, clicky. Ooh. Two of them just came to the doors at the same time. It's like,
Yeah.
You just killed like 3 zombies in one swing.
I knocked a lot of them. Yeah. That's part of why I like the sledge. Is like occasionally it'll get like a really wide sweep, and it'll at least knock over the others. May not do the kill on them, but it will do the knock on them. Okay, I got another couple skill points to spend here.
Go for it. I probably do. I'm just not paying attention to the points coming in. I'm missing because of lag, I swear. Get him. Oops, I shouldn't hit the door. That's not what I want.
Hoping that there's some antibiotics in some of this.
That would be nice.
Oh,
What's your infection up to?
8.2.
Alright, well, you're past the level of honey.
Beyond honey, yeah, unless you get 2. Ow.
Oh.
Nope, loot bag came in.
There
Guess
you
we'll
go.
grab that. Nothing
Give it a shot.
super exciting. I'm gonna throw a Molotov back up.
Okay, I'm gonna heal up.
Let him cook a little bit, get him softer.
One horde base
Oh
that
my
I
gosh,
did.
I just keep getting too close.
Yikes. One horde base that I did that I really liked was like it was just a It was a ramp up, so you'd go up a ramp that was up maybe 3 or 4 blocks high, and then it was just a long single block bridge that I would put like sledge turrets and other things on to hit the zombies, and then I'd just stand at the other end with a rifle and shoot them. It's pretty great.
Dang.
Still no
I'm gonna
antibiotics.
go around do some repairs, but yeah, I don't think I got any either.
I got some shotgun shells for you. That's about it.
Yeah, I got some, and I got some 7.62 and some 44 mag. Bert or Berta. One of my old nicknames is Bert the Boomer.
Bert the Boomer.
Yep.
I remember Bert the
My
Boomer.
chat gave me a, I think it's a, suggest a poll. Apparently I'm supposed to make a poll for it. They get to choose whether I am Bert or Berta.
Bert or Berta? I vote Berta. Wow, they butchered these spikes.
Yeah, they just tore right through them. Hang on, let me make that poll because I'm going to forget to do it.
I'm gonna drop you some shotty shells. Whoop. I wasn't out of arrows. How did I? Oh, maybe I picked these up. Maybe that's what happened. Maybe dash will happen.
There you go, guys.
Birdie
There's your vote.
Okay, but if you're Bert, who gets to be Ernie? Is that me? Am I Ernie?
Yeah, I think you become Ernie by default. Yeah.
Oh man.
Nice. That's pretty good.
Honestly, I kind of forgot what he sounded like, and I just winged it.
I didn't do too bad for winging it.
I was like, this will be good enough. It sounds generally Muppety. I like how I made like this bunk bed over here, except there's nothing under it. That makes me sad.
Right. Okay, so we've got that. Let's put those in the sustenance chest. Put these in the selling chest. We did really good, considering we didn't die.
I know. We made it 4 hordes, and we have not yet died. Although you're getting close.
Yeah, although I am not looking great right now. Yeah. A little worse for wear. Didn't we have a... Oh, wait, no, I bet you I put it in the sustenance chest. Oh.
Oh. Nope.
Hey, Bert won.
Bert, yay.
Yeah. Well, that'll at least take care of my health problem, but I still have 9% infection.
That's just getting worse.
It's not great. I'm going to be honest with you. It's not ideal. It's not what we want. Yeah, but we don't want to leave the server until 4 a.m. because then it could restart the horde.
Oh, yep. All right. We'll just chill for a minute.
Wait until 4, yeah, and then I'm going to bail, go do some Ark.
Sounds like fun.
Dude, I'm pumped. Do another, I think, hour and a half of the stream and go do Ark. Got to figure out if I should go play on the server or if I should just play my solo world that everybody's been watching me play for forever.
Start that poll in chat.
No, that's a good idea.
My vote is you start a new world. That's just my thing. I want you to suffer for the last hour and a half of your stream.
Wow.
I mean, just for the content. You know what I mean? Trying to help you out, man.
Thanks, man.
Here, yeah. Just here looking out for you. I'm gonna bust up this doghouse because it drives me nuts that it keeps disappearing when you stand behind the door and then you ADS and it's there and let go and it's not. It's just dumb.
Right.
Well, there it is.
All right. Well, I'll let you leave first. That way it doesn't glitch you out too hard.
Okay. Because that
thanks,
would be
man,
fun.
for doing this tonight.
Yeah.
I really, really appreciate it. It was super, super fun.
I'm glad we could make it work. We'll have to do it again sometime. This was a blast.
Oh, absolutely. For sure, for sure.
For
You have a
sure.
great night, okay?
You're right. You too, my guy.
All right. Later, man.
Latest. All right. Okay. Well, everybody, that was the stream. We had some fun playing with Gamin4Hope. Thanks to the new folks who followed, and if you chatted for a minute and I missed it because I got lazy from looking at chat or the horde was too busy, so I missed you guys. But thank you so much for being here, for hanging out, being a part of the stream. I want you guys to know that no matter who you are, where you come from, or what you're going through, I appreciate you and God loves you. And as always, God bless.